Hello.
Hey, buddy.
I would say, yeah, weight is never a bad thing. Depending on
How's everybody holiday
what
week
this
going?
map looks like, oxygen does give you
Fine.
swim speed. So, oxygen is
I think we're good.
You tired today, boss? You sound very quiet.
Health.
Oh, maybe my mic is a little bit far away. I
That
don't
might be
know.
why.
Everyone survived the winter apocalypse.
I live in California. We don't have winters.
Well, yeah, I do too.
I'm gonna say I think I
Yes.
think the only person who probably wouldn't have survived is probably Gopher.
Yeah.
My hands are cold.
Okay. I mean, it's raining now.
Yeah, it's raining, so it's like chilly. I just walked into the bedroom and my window was open all day with the fan on, and I was like, "Ooh, burr!"
So
It was
nice up there.
fucking 80 degrees yesterday. Like,
Ooh,
just
went below
70.
I know exactly.
Yeah, but better bust out the coats.
Yeah.
like actually funny story, because it has been so cold here the past like week and a half. I walked outside my house and it was like 40, and I was like, why is it so fucking hot today?
Oh boy.
I know
Yeah,
that feeling.
And then like I walked out of work, leaving work today, I didn't even bother putting my jacket on the way home because it was like 50, and I was like, bruh, it's hot.
It dropped
Yeah.
and then went way back up fast. Like,
But yeah, no, we were like negative 20.
Haven't gotten this fast. I haven't gotten the warm back yet. I'm still at like 20
You have
degrees here.
lake effect
Oh,
shenanigans
wow.
going on, unfortunately.
Jordan.
Yeah,
Baba
Jordan
boom.
is sassy over here tonight.
mommy.
Jordan embracing. Oh, he got the 2B outfit, it looks like, because he got the boots.
I have
Yeah, it's my
done
snoo.
so much fucking extra content for
Check.
glam.
More dedicated
Check your
than I
foods.
am, that's for fuck sure.
Yep.
Well,
True.
I need to grab some pudding. For
Now I need to do the Evilise raids.
I might need tinctures.
that's fine.
Might.
I can give you some after this.
okay,
I'll go for nice outfit.
bloody things.
But you know, Christmas was 2 days ago.
Christmas is forever.
Wow.
He's got to get his clops on, okay?
Yeah.
Just hadn't bothered to change it back.
I don't even play this game.
I was just about to say, does anybody else like completely forget how to play their class until they push the
I
first
was
button?
gonna say, I've been doing PvP so much, I don't remember how to play Sage, because I was playing Black Mage. Good luck.
I just say muscle memory, take the wheel.
Yeah, bro.
Well,
I'm like, I don't know this class at all, and I hit the first button, and I'm like, all right, let's
Let's
just
just
keep going.
go. We got this.
Yeah,
Go to 3.
I still have no idea.
Don't worry, I've been practicing.
Yay.
Oh, for Jordan.
You alright?
For the carry.
Jordan has been playing too much Dancer, apparently.
I had to do the near raid like 3 times.
Oof. That is
Yeah,
that is a big
oof.
move.
Mm-hmm.
And then I won both coffers.
Okay,
So
but worth.
fuck that other person who didn't get
Fuck
it.
that other person in particular, and you can't even delete the other coffer, which sucks.
Yep.
Well, you know why fuck them? They waited until the timer ran out.
Oh, well,
Oh, what a
that's their
twat.
own fault, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
seriously.
them in particular.
Yeah.
Yep, and now I need to do Evilise so I can do Memory Miseria or whatever it's
Memora
called.
Miserable. Oh, because yeah, you have to do Evilise to unlock fucking Bajjan. You have to.
And Ghost.
Oh, God.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus.
The fun one.
You have to do Eureka to unlock Boja?
What?
Because I never had to do that.
It's not
No.
Oh, okay.
Evilise.
You
Oh,
Uh,
Evilise, gotcha.
yeah,
We are at 2.
and all for just the stupid
We will need to swap
fucking.
sides. Hit your
I hate you.
knockback. Other side?
Taco.
Forgot how to do that.
You don't get run over. That's how you do that.
We noticed.
Reindeer
Wow.
got ran over by a grandma.
We
Like a
appreciate you
ranger
letting us
ran
know.
down the middle of the
Oh,
road,
shit.
got clopped.
He got clopped. Oh my god.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Oh fuck. Alright, do I remember how to do this mechanic? 2 and 4. And then 1
Hey.
and 3. And then 3 and then 1. Okay, 1 and 3. And 3. And 1.
Yeah, I think when we're cold, it also goes through your food a lot faster.
We are spreading. Drop your oranges.
Does anybody have any orange slices?
Behind. In front. Very nice. He is starting at 1. Ziggy Zag, praise the world words. Then his 2 is clear, going to 2, and then the corner of 1.
Damn, I thought I was like a little too far up. I was scared for a second.
Good petals. Very nice. Good job.
Yeah, it goes stack. Well, I sit here and wait for the people away. There is. There's that secret star with nothing but
Wait, wait. Behind. From Sky? Or Sky get away from us, one of the two. Okay, note to self, I am east and south, not north. Or north-south.
And I'm corner.
Yes.
Yeah, we have 4 campfires.
Stack on your healer. Very nice. Find your puddles.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. So,
Are you saying?
Yeah.
Never mind.
He's gonna do ethereal things, it's fine. Behind, behind, behind.
Oh god.
You too. That was really shitty. In front.
Rude.
We. It's a custard, just kidding.
instead of 3.
Yep.
So, I don't know how much
We're at 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
you can listen to versus your resistance to
We're waiting. We're waiting. Go.
goes crazy with the enemy. So
Make sure you guys are behind. Hit your knockback.
yeah, the island was very accurate. Oh god, you can see like the
Come on, dance partner.
Apparently, my penis was over the
Oh
line.
no, you guys clipped each other. Oh no, it's fine. Get him. Oh,
Yep.
your penis is
I thought I
over
was
the
standing
line.
with the group, so I'd be safe.
Apparently the group lied to you.
Yeah.
pickaxe should be meat, axe should be leather or hide or whatever it's called. Seems like you can actually find meat in some of those barrels too.
Oh, boy, get the earrings.
Oh, boy,
Ring collar. Loon scoot. Okay, wait for Sky to load in real quick. I'm gonna trim some pots. You need food, Sky?
barrels.
I will. I'm at like 20, but I won't need it tonight.
But really only
Easier for me to trade you everything all at once than do one now and then one later.
when you're making stuff, make S plus whenever possible. Because S plus is just a better version of the regular one.
Alrighty.
Question.
Donkey Shen?
Yep.
Like, if you made a campfire and it only has 3 spots. Oh, David, no. Where'd it go?
There you go, Sky. I posted something in NSFW for you.
I don't know. I see him over there. He's on the
For
right.
me?
Oh. Ooh.
David, do you want to join our clan GD?
A friend of mine just sent it to me, and I was like, I know who will enjoy this.
Nofica.mp4.
Oh my.
Sounds
I'm
fun.
gonna have to log into Reddit later and look at that.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't use Reddit, so.
I do.
It's like my primary source for news.
You have to look at
News.
Interesting.
I like to stay young, so I use TikTok and pretend I'm Gen Z.
Oh boy.
taking notes things.
I'm expecting that to now be her ultimate. I just want to let you know that.
Right.
it will.
Boo.
Yeah.
Wah wah wah.
Oh, did you just try to post the video?
Let me get on my phone. My phone can do it.
Thank
Just
you.
phone things.
I'm too boomer to be able to figure all that shit out.
It's because the desktop version actually makes you go through authentication for fucking like nudity and shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's really
gosh.
fucking annoying.
It's so dumb.
It didn't make me sign in. It just asked me if I was 18 or over, and I was like, okay.
When I, so
Yeah,
that's how me and
I was
Nerva.
gonna say it asked me the same thing, but like when I said I'm 18 and over, then it was like, "Do you want to sign in to view this video?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" I don't know. It's dumb.
Not particularly.
This is how me and Nerva communicate.
Through Reddit.
Is it giant boobs? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, both giant boobs and asses. You've seen the 100 NSFW channel.
Yes, I
yeah.
have.
Frequently.
I just can't keep up with it. It's like,
If you think
you know how much
that's
coconut
bad,
oil I go
Oh,
through?
shit.
you should see me and Nerva's like DM.
Private.
Whoa, no secrets.
Oh, we send the hard stuff to each other. Like,
Hogging all the porn
I
to themselves.
know.
yeah.
It'll stand in like so it's not. Very good video. Really smart. There's a weird way of doing this.
Tanks and healers are out. She's doing east-west. Oh, I already know.
Bring it less hard.
Saw that one coming.
I trusted
got him.
Golf, and that was the wrong motherfucker.
Yeah, don't,
I didn't get hit.
don't,
you
don't
stood
trust
in
the
wrong
Clop
spot.
You
Clop.
stood directly
Oh,
south.
we're fucked.
No,
Who's
no, no.
second? Gopher is probably dead.
Oh no, I got
No,
it.
you didn't. It was too late.
Okay.
Oh,
Remember,
Run away
you
from-
can't vote on this one. If the cast is already going and you're not second, it will go off on whoever was second when the cast started. This one is not kind.
hairy penis.
Yeah. If you need fiber,
All right, what are my interests so I can see this fucking video?
Watch video later. Focus on putting your tank stance on.
I wasn't even animals and Oz. Interesting.
Furry things.
why is this night taking so long?
Blame positionals or God.
Yeah.
Oh, I see Gopher changed his glamour. He's no longer a Clop Clop.
I'm sorry I shamed you.
It was shameful.
Guy just wanted to be a pretty deer, and you guys fucked up with that dude, his whole childhood.
I'm
He
gonna
did it to himself
excuse
when he
you
got ran over.
because of the fucking tactics reference. I'm gonna give you that one, Golf.
Thank you. That's why I put that in there.
Yeah. No.
I don't know why that one hit so much harder.
Yeah.
Other than was there a reprise and stuff? I don't know. My stuff was out normally.
Nope, there was
I
no
have
addle.
I have not been reprising that.
Oh,
Neither have I.
so no addle or
He
reprisal?
said, Get fucked, noobs.
You
Get fucked,
fucking
healer.
slackers! I swear to God.
Yeah, guys, I'm pushing those defenses for everybody. Fuck.
I pulled a
Hey,
sky, I hit
listen.
the button, it just didn't
There
go off.
could have been a feint.
Listen, the thing is y'all need practice for P8S phase 2. So we're just
No,
making
I
you-
don't.
We're making
Wait.
you-
If anything, you guys should be practicing using your cooldowns because I actually need your cooldowns for P8S. Don't give me none of that shit.
No, you don't.
crutch.
You're a fucking crutch. Go on,
Know
number
where that's
2.
gone before.
Oh no, the word crutch was stated. Who's dying?
I'm so dumb.
Rip.
Oh,
Jordan
There
I got
impressed.
him.
There it
I
is.
got him.
Okay.
Come on, dance partner.
Knew that was coming.
Savage.
Oh,
What are you
how the
doing, step bro?
turntables.
There you
What
go.
are you
There you go,
doing,
boss.
Step, bro?
Fucker.
Takes and healers are out. She's doing north-south.
North out north.
I'm gonna do it my own goddamn self now.
I would say Aru's gonna do it himself with fucking hookers and blow. It's fine.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh man. This should put me a completely different fucking rotation now. Fuck.
Why would it change?
We're being a little too wild tonight.
I wasn't paying attention. I was like, fuck, I hit that before I needed to.
I got addle for this one.
Oh, well, I appreciate you for putting Adel up for this one.
You're welcome.
Thank
Missionary
you.
vote for that.
I'm so proud of you guys hitting your fucking buttons.
I'm a good black mage.
Playing your fucking class.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I feel like there's a Your Highness moment coming out here from Gopher. She's doing north-south.
oh boy.
No, it failed me both times.
Middle. And then we're going to
Trying
1.
so hard to get boob.
I mean, who wouldn't?
True.
Booba.
Give me boobs or give me death.
Exactly.
Same.
The soft, cushiony goddess pillows.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for
What a-
rolls?
Ultimate battle between her and Lakshmi.
I know. Everybody wins in that scenario.
Yes.
let them fight.
Stacks out. Stacks out. Fucking let them fight, Jesus Christ.
No, let them finish.
I mean, that's
Double
rule number one.
buster. Oh, enjoy your shield. Well, I guess I don't need to worry about Sky.
I mean, it was
Well,
okay.
that was funny.
It was alright. I've had better.
I mean, I have seen better.
I'd say it was the best shield. I just said enjoy it.
It was a very nice shield, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Fucking right.
Yeah, it's not the size, it's what you do with it, you know?
Thank you.
Very acceptable size.
Alright, healer stacks are going to be at 2 and 4. Your second pot is up. All that fun stuff.
I sound so excited.
I have no idea.
Santa, I know him.
50 corners. My corner, Jordan. You can't have it. She's doing east-west.
I mean, we can fight over
I mean,
it.
we can both fit.
Yeah.
It was not that big.
Let them fight.
That's what she said.
No, let them finish.
Exactly.
There's room for 3 in that
Alright, check.
in that tight spot.
Check your debuffs, timers, 8 north, 20 south. What?
I was just a touch close.
I got him. I don't know.
I tried shifting, but I was too late.
It's in. It's gonna get pinged. It would be me.
Watch out, guys.
I died.
Wait, what is going on?
I got killed on the 8s.
How did I die then? Because Sky was in. I'm so confused.
Mm-hmm.
died when
Adjust.
he was in.
Yeah, adjust which side you're on.
Oh.
Incoming
We're close.
LB3.
I mean,
Get healed, get
I'm
healed.
taking for
There
the
it
team.
is.
I'm taking it. Oh, they're gonna hurt.
it's fine.
Bye.
Invoking on up.
Oh, you should have waited until
Ugh.
boss died. Whatever, I got him.
No, leave him. No, dance partner.
Actually, just kidding. I'm gonna heal this first.
What you get?
I get him in like 3 seconds.
I should have given it to Aru. He was the only nice one to send me nudes on Christmas.
Safety square, safety square.
Yup.
He sent you nudes on Christmas? What?
Yeah,
Where were my
it had a Santa
nudes?
Claus hat.
The snoots.
What?
Annual Christmas.
I
snoots.
threw like 4 things. What is DPS?
Okay, I have Swift in 2 seconds. Okay. I got Gopher.
You guys suck dick.
This exchange is gonna be funky because we got people dead. So it should be tanks and healers in, but just in case it's not. She's doing north-south.
I shall wait.
Okay.
Gopher.
I think I got double hit.
I think so too. I think you had 2 or something.
Why'd you get double?
I can get him in 3 seconds.
I don't
Okay.
fucking know, Jordan.
He took
Okay.
a bite at the income.
So it's gonna be near far tether.
Just
It's
stayed
4.
right here.
We are at 3. We are either going to be north of 3 or west of it.
You just
North,
say,
right here. With
say
me.
a ranger?
And then south. Buster.
We can turn this around, guys. I have faith in
We have to do
Aru.
Kakshia 2 correctly, so fucking turn your goddamn brains on for it, thanks.
Sorry, I turned them off a long time
Oh,
ago.
that's real unfortunate. You best turn it back on.
That's a full reboot.
Joke's on you. You assume it worked in the first
That
place.
is true.
Exactly.
He did it. He had a hard time with Pine Axe, so you know, check which side you're on.
This will be remembered.
Sure it will. Oh, check which debuff you have.
He'll remember that, but he can't remember Pineax.
It's okay. It's okay. Sticks and
we
stones.
are on the
and you guys
corners of the X. Purples are going south. Tethered X. Purples are going south. Check which debuff you have. Oh, I have a snake. Oh my god, we lived. Holy shit. Save the gopher. Save the gopher. Everything is
Threw
fine.
out everything. I was like, please, God.
Oh, what the hell?
Save the
What's
Jordan.
that?
Okay, this is
Jesus,
middle,
took the
middle,
wheel.
middle, middle, and we are going to 1.
forgot what all the mechanics
I
are
know,
after
go
that.
to 1.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Very nice. I think there's a tank buster next, question mark, maybe? I don't know. Your third pot's up if you want to use it.
Meh.
Oh wait, no, this
Third
is just
pot,
Jazz
yeah.
hands with dodging the 2.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah. What's she doing? She's doing east-west, so we can stay like right here. Swap. Jordan, please.
Blame my tit. Shut up.
Like my tits.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna blame Jordan's tits for everything now. Solid.
It's a
was
really
all the
long
tits.
cast on that tank buster, it felt like.
Yeah.
Good
was
job,
a
Ario.
game
You
lag.
cleared it.
Textbook.
Going well. Going well.
Clean.
Can I be greedy and take the shine, please? Pretty please.
Been a lot of greetings.
I know.
Company
I
for a
know.
bit.
It's for my dancer,
Okay.
okay? I gotta look pretty.
Mm. Mm.
I mean, I guess so.
Please. I don't have any
Hmm.
books to buy one right now, okay?
Sounds like a you problem.
It sounds like I rolled a 15 greed problem. Oh, Jesus.
So that's what the vegan's for. Gotcha.
Wait, did you mean tombstone but you said shine?
No, I said shine. Shine, shine, shine. I need
Okay.
to upgrade my ring on my dancer.
Shine, shine,
So
shine.
tombstone is greed.
That's free greed.
Oh, I'm coming.
No shine.
Congratulations, Aurora.
Thank you.
Are you at Madison Square Garden right now or something?
I know.
Yeah.
You do have a good announcer
Late.
voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
It sounds very good actually there. So
Yeah, it's because it's not.
You know, like,
There is a
muffled with
little echo.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, did I QS before Sky zoned out? I think I did. There we go.
So good. I'm in.
No, I know. It's just I was like, wait, there's no Sky here.
Don't mind
I
me.
need to build you a new computer or something. This year has been the year of building people computers. Actually, I've had like 3 people asking for help to build a new computer.
So,
Oh, did their
I
audio go
have-
out?
Oh goodness.
give me 1 second.
Mm.
Okay.
Did their audio go out?
No.
So they said
no,
maybe how do we fix
no,
this?
no, no, no. One was my ex-boyfriend who I built his computer for him like 9 years ago, and he didn't really upkeep it very well, so it was having overheating problems. And the other one was Beanie.
Oh, Beanie.
oh, you don't beanie.
Nice.
Beanie got a bonus, and she was like, "I want to build a new computer," and I was like, "Welcome to the future, Beanie. Enjoy your NVMe SSD." And she was like, "Holy shit, there's no loading screens for Final Fantasy
Oh,
14
nice.
now."
Yeah. That's
You got a
just
solid
life.
state. Nice.
She.
Okay, sorry. Massive booba had control for a minute. Good.
Okay.
I also spent real money on this character for this goddamn top.
So, I have a motherboard, a bigger solid state drive, and a new CPU. I just need a new video card, and I'm pretty much a full computer new. So, yeah, it's just video cards cost way too fucking much money.
Just get a bad one, like I do.
3070s aren't too bad right now. Get yourself an AMD card,
Okay.
to be honest. Selling nudes.
Video card things.
Selling nudes, how much are?
Hey man, that's the older profession. Okay. Don't.
I'll
talk
sell
it.
some feet pics for
Yeah.
you.
I'll subscribe to your OnlyFans.
I'm not gonna make the joke ahead.
You gotta have feet to get feet pics. Oh, wait.
What?
Huh?
I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's like a weird turn.
I'm sure there's some
Amputees.
people that
Hello?
like like
boy.
some nubby nubs.
Yep. There's
Oh,
Don't
no
kink
I
shame.
ain't kink shaming. I'm just saying.
No, not you. Rule number 1 to look at the NSFW chat. No kink shame.
No kink shame, indeed. Facts.
Yep.
That will
You
get
like
you a
feet?
ban.
That's fine.
There's not many things that'll get you a ban on 100 server.
I
Kink
believe
shame
that.
in that channel. Mm-mm. We had one person try. Me and Nerva shut it down quick.
Kink shaming.
Yeah, who is
George.
kink shaming in the... Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's like... Anyways, moving on.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Basically.
That's George, right?
Oh, shit.
that's why he's never there
Fair
anymore.
enough.
I don't
We told him if he didn't like it,
I
go
don't
away.
fucking know, George.
That's who I guess.
He,
we-
like,
what is
He
it?
randomly
You read that
blocked
one, holy
like
shit.
Timothy, like my friend Timothy, and Tim was like, I don't remember ever interacting with this person, but yeah, he had him randomly blocked. I was like, oh, okay,
What the
yeah, I
heck?
don't know.
George is great. He's just a normie.
He's just a
Yeah, fuck that
normie.
puta.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean,
Fucking
if you talk,
normie.
he's Lyran's real life friend, and she will admit as such.
Help yourself, do shielding things here because this AoE's stupid and I hate it.
I get all sparks of life. It's fun.
Good for you. Stacking first.
You know, tanks have feelings too, Avy.
That's a lie.
DPS are stacking next. The only feeling
I
I
know.
have is enjoyment when I tank Buster Boss in the face.
That is humorous.
That was kind of hot, so I can't say anything. Fuck.
Joke's on you. That's his
And
kink.
now it is. our kinks work well together. It's fine.
It works very well.
Buster me harder, Daddy.
Yes.
Oh my
Is it-
god.
Isn't that what I replied to you? Or like,
Yeah, it's literally.
yeah.
Fine.
Austin makes me feel
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing better than being crushed under the boot of your enemies. Hit your knockback.
Or, you know, Potemkin Buster.
No king shame.
No, exactly. No, it's fine.
No kink shame?
here.
If I want a giant German robotic guy to pound me, you know, that's
I mean,
That's
I'm
my
pretty
prerogative.
sure
That's totally normal,
when we were
really.
doing DSR, how many times did I say "step on me, daddy"? Like,
I don't know.
yeah, you don't know because you
I
were
mean, that's because
here.
he's got the boost for it, though. That's-
Every
that's the
time
boost
you
for it.
died, which was awesome.
Every
Giant
time
German
I was the
robot
last
shooting
one
up
alive
something else.
after fucking Strike with the Ward, step on me, daddy. Oh, I enjoy our raid nights. They're fun.
They are.
Oh, weird.
When I'm not all pissed off.
Better than being pissed on.
Facts.
I
God
mean,
damn it.
Got him.
Again,
Hey,
no
no kink shaming.
I mean,
I mean, there
Depends on
are
Bill.
people that are into
Thanks, Dave
it.
Chappelle.
So
Excellent Mel Brooks reference.
we know King Shame here. It's fine. Second pot's coming up.
oh, yeah. This ain't NSFW chat.
The bull.
There can be
the
King
bull is
Shames
at
here.
1. Tanks and healers have it.
Hey, I remember what the fuck to do there.
Proud of you.
The dream. The dream. Got it.
Alright, healer stacks a knockback.
but they unravel people on it. Yeah, and then eventually they just start running away.
Hyma never went off on this guy earlier. That's fine.
Sounds about AV.
Usually Hyma does go off. It's just a matter of whether or not you accidentally get rescued because of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to move my rescue button back though. It's true story. Hit your knockback if you have
Sounds
a tether.
sus to
No,
me.
I'm serious. I finally felt
Put it back on.
finally felt bad enough to that I moved it, and it's been permanently moved for you.
Put it back on.
It's still on my bar. It's just a button I have to very deliberately hit.
Pull me
She's probably
harder.
holding on to it right now.
Pull me harder, mommy.
I mean, if you want me to, I'll happily
Ooh,
pull you off the
oh,
wall
well.
or off the map.
Yeah, just go
No,
ahead and
no,
yank them
no.
off.
Yeah, just rescue you off the platform. It's no big deal.
Perfect.
Oh, rescue. Right.
Yeah, not
I
yank.
mean,
Right, wrong one. Yeah, wrong one.
is there another skill I should be aware of? Are we're starting at A. The silence.
Fuck.
Yeah, get fucked. Oh, shit. Tanks and healers are stacking first. DPS will be stacking second.
I plead the fifth.
Sure you do.
Thank you for these beautiful ley lines.
Fucking shit.
You know what? You have dance partner. She's just jealous.
Yeah,
I know.
that's what it is.
Sure. DPS are stacking
Definitely
third.
jealous.
Tanks and healers will be stacking fourth.
Just jealous of the nude.
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
mad.
I
I'm
understand.
mad that I didn't get any nudes. Yes.
The Santa hat, and it was like a full size Santa
Oh
hat,
shit.
was on the floor because it fell off.
Oh, yeah, stack.
Yeah, tanks and healers stacking. I definitely used Hyma way too early, but that's okay. Never pan Hyma, whatever. The party one.
You know, the life-saving one.
It's not really life saving. You're fine. You're alive.
Yeah, it's kind of small.
It's not nearly as beneficial as Holos IMO.
Yeah. No, it's not going to really save her kill anybody.
It's just nice. It's like a little extra cushion for your tushy. Starting at A.
Like reprisal.
Yeah.
Cushion for the cushion.
And we are going to 1. I don't know. I think 10% from Reprise is a little bit better than Panheima, but what do I know? I'm just a squishy healer. Alright. Put your big boy pants on. Let's pay attention.
That's not
I
fun.
know, I'm sorry. Baits will be at 1. Tethers will be at A and South. Tanks and healers are baiting. If you have a tether, please get the fuck out. Why is this guy dying so much? Stab it. Ooh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Fuck. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, we've upgraded from the sorry fuck I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah,
Jesus
now I'm just
fuck.
fucking Jesus. It's fine.
I mean,
Alright.
it was his birthday.
I was gonna say he's bored now. So
My group is at 1. Axie's is at
bored
South.
now.
Actually, that's not correct. I don't know. I like my group going to 1. Apparently, I'm
God.
sorry. No, it's fine. We're fine. We're fine.
that?
We're fine. You're fine. You're less fine. Just kidding.
I got him.
Good job, dancer buddy.
Assassination successful.
Son of a bitch. I could have killed you.
Everybody is far.
You did last
far.
fight.
We're far. Go away from the bulls and stuff. Tanks and healers have the bull.
Damn it.
Knock back if you have a bird.
Yep. Bird things. Nicely done. Good job.
All right, never
I'm
done
so
that one
proud of
before.
you.
Thank you.
blow my load on that AoE and not have to worry about the one at the end. Glorious.
Yep.
Healer stacks are next.
Yeah, crafting skill is only things that you craft. So it does.
Hooray.
Nice.
Whole raid is bullshit.
One shot, by the way, on all of them.
Yes, it was.
Not on
Except-
two.
Yeah, we're
Except
not
on, except on 2.
Or not on
Six.
whatever, 6.
whatever,
6
yeah.
doesn't count.
Everything is free grade here. Yes,
Yes.
yes, maybe no. Yep. Like a brine and legs.
Sorry, I moved too far.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I
Wow.
didn't realize. You have a very nice repair fee, by the way, right now. I don't know if you noticed it was like 69.
Oh no, I typed
Oh,
it
you
in.
did? Okay.
You make your own luck.
Do we want to take a 10 real quick before going into 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
And take some more nudes in the break. BRB.
And send them to everybody but Avi.
Just be ready. It's a panoramic view.
It's a panoramic view.
I mean, I'll post some.
I actually would prefer Zad nudes over Aru nudes. That's a rare gift.
Oh. Oh wait, I was expecting a Mavaru.
I mean, or both. Porque no los dos. I'll be right back.
I mean,
Would they be dark and moody?
God, my favorite.
Mm.
There's your nudes.
Really raunchy.
I hate you. How do I delete other people's posts?
I'm so saddened.
I'm so saddened.
I hate you so much.
They are less dark and moody than I expected, but
Voluptuous, and so of course the Final Fantasy 14 community is taking in running right now because she's coming up. So
giving less goth and more Justin Timberlake. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers.
False.
I think I downloaded the wrong episode of Ultraman. That's funny.
Probably.
Damn, them's boobas.
Sorry, what was the question?
I was gonna say the NSFW on this server is like a once every 2 month post.
I mean, I can change it if you want.
Turns out my dick was a cute girl.
Nice.
Melee damage doesn't do anything
What?
when you have it.
A young
You've never
man
read that
wakes up. No, a young man wakes up to a small surprise. He doesn't have his dick anymore. Follow Kosuga, a second-year high school student, as he lives his life with his dick, who turns out to be a cute girl.
No, just
Like, where did they come up with these things?
Just a regular slice of life.
Sounds normal to me.
David, there's another bird down here. Oh, but you got one.
I like that if you scroll up just a few times, you get up to the
Oh,
adventurer plates.
Yeah, those boys are chunkers. They don't.
Frinkelkin Palemson, Gunbreaker. Beautiful.
That reminds me, I should actually make some arrows.
This is baby making style.
How's the taping going, David? Is it better now than before?
Oh shit, I meant to pee.
Oh my god. The guy farting into the fire and the whole fucking back of his pants burned off. I finally did it. I had my nipples surgically removed so I can post on Instagram. Such a beautiful job. Can't even see the scars. Think these will fly on Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the level of what you're killing. If you kill something that's like 100, then
Some of these are fucking hilarious. I can't recommend Lighthouse cookies.
Let's see, what is my Reddit password?
What was the thing that happened to you and not?
Big boobs with capital Z 69.
100%.
Nice.
And
What, my
zeros
password?
for O's.
Capital 80, or not capital 8, 8008.
I want a capital 8. What the fuck?
I can't even finish my
How do
thought.
How do I
You're welcome.
download capital 8s on my keyboard? I need to know.
David, is your birthday? I mean, you know.
There we go. All right.
Is this Newbert, David?
Where do you get the Emperor's new equipment?
More donuts.
I forget.
Mordona.
Where in Mordona?
Over by the tarp.
Yeah,
tarp stalls.
I can buy it for you if you don't have access to that vendor because you have to like unlock him.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
where Glamour Prisms work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked there and he was only selling, or not selling, but like trading glamour
Okay,
prisms.
I'll buy it for you if you come to Mordona. What Emperor pieces do you want?
Yes.
Okay.
Sleep standing up. Oh fuck, now there's two of them. Oh. Right, they're away from the thing. Oh wait, I put down a
Wait,
bed.
where do you get Snow White dye?
You just you can make it. I can make it for you. Do I have to come to Thoughtland? Is that where you are?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm on my way. Oh no, that's from the Ixel. Oh, son of a
I can
bitch.
craft them for you.
Does everybody know the story about the 16-year-old girl who loved 69?
No.
Bye, baby.
All right, everybody, get out your calculators.
Boy.
Oh god, I see something.
Oh Jesus.
There was one girl. She was 16 years old, and she loved 69. She had sex with.
Wait, hold on. One 16-year-old girl? I'm
Yep.
out. I'm out.
Oh god, they're coming.
Oh, come on. It's a joke.
Okay, you know what? That's fine, because now I can just respawn with bed.
Well, anyways, peanut butter.
You can either find swords.
Do you have some shadow blue?
Hmm.
Oh my god, I feel so bad.
If
I unlocked the
shadow-
Ixels.
Yes, I have 7 of them.
Can I just get 2? I unlocked the Ixels because fucking one of the thing last week for the fashion report
Mhm.
required the gloves.
The Ixali gloves, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
For the easy 60 points.
Metal.
Or
80,
easy 80.
yeah. This Ellison over here is quite
No! I'm on my way back. I'm on my way back.
just quite not clothed.
I'm on my way back. Tell her not to move.
Yeah, it's just the basic fighting.
Jordan's never run so fast.
False.
She's just got a book on her hip, but oh, she disappeared. Rip.
No!
She's on my stream. It's fine.
She never existed.
Oh.
Just trying to get Jordan to walk.
Yeah, she didn't exist. That's like, I've got a girlfriend. Oh yeah? Yeah, but we don't really talk very much.
Yeah, so refining forge makes metal. but
Is
the
she
power
real? Yeah, clearly.
Why does it look like with the reindeer mount that you hump the back of
I
it?
don't know why like the reindeer mount is so like vigorously moving when it's idle. It's a little bit odd.
Yeah, they really should put an in here too. By the way.
He run fast.
Oh well.
They should put an in and then an out and then an in and then an out. Oh, sorry.
I don't
Oh
know.
god, if they put an in and out here, oh god, I'd be well even fatter.
You would have a place for garbage burgers.
Hamburger.
How far
Oh,
are you-
first
is
of all,
there
you like
In-N-Out in
Whataburger, so
Oregon?
shut your ass up.
It's clearly superior.
Sure.
What did you say, Axie?
I don't know if I've ever.
I
had
said, isn't there an
Whataburger.
In-N-Out in Oregon? I don't know how.
Yeah, it's
far
3.
you are.
It's 3 hours away.
I
Ooh,
I
yeah.
could
And
go
if I
get
go
in and
there-
out here, but it's like a 2-hour drive to the nearest one for me too. So
Aurora.
And
yeah.
it sucks because once you get
That's
into
where
line,
I grew up.
Aurora, California.
Colorado.
Aurora, Colorado. Yep.
Let me tell you what. My dinner, in the event that we do get FanFest tickets, my dinner is gonna be in and out before the flight out. Facts.
Nice. We can go get it together.
There's a
I mean, yeah,
long
I could get
trip.
in and out in Vegas too, but I was talking about in and out Colorado.
Yes, you can.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a 24-hour one. and
Vegas.
I think they're actually all 24-hour.
Everything
I know.
24 hours in Vegas,
Yeah.
basically.
Mm-hmm. Except for
I
there
would
is a
prefer.
Chick-fil-A on the strip that is still closed on Sundays.
Well, it is
I've never
Chick-fil-A.
had Chick-fil-A.
The one I just have is just a night.
That is shocking.
It is
And
meh
unfortunate.
at best. The sauce is good. That's it.
The sauce is so good.
That honey
And
mustard sauce.
The
is so
fries are
good.
good. Like the
The fries.
sandwiches are meh, but the waffle fries are great. The sauce is great, and I mean, come on. Frozen lemonade. Or
I
frosted
will.
lemonade.
I will give you on the waffle fries. Those are pretty bomb with the sauce.
Have you had a frosted
You
lemonade?
know what, Aru? You're bomb with sauce.
Also accurate.
I
A
don't think I've ever
bomb with
gone
sauce.
to. I don't think I've actually ever gone to Chick-fil-A ever. Not thinking about it.
Mm,
The fries are S tier, but that's
that's
the
about
frozen
it.
lemonade. I haven't tried, but
Oh, I like this.
TBD.
I want to
yeah,
try.
but you like Whataburger. We already went over this.
Exactly.
I
See, that's
want
why
to
it's
try
cute.
that peppermint chip shake or whatever that the fucking saw on TV. I don't have a Chick-fil-A only in the airport. Like, fuck me.
What happened to no king shaming?
One day I'll have a Whataburger.
Like to fuck your Whataburger.
I
That
mean,
secret Whataburger sauce.
Oh, man.
There it is.
Check
Oh,
your
man.
foods. Check your friends' foods.
I think everybody here was on Santa's Naughty List this year, apparently.
I'm
Yeah, more than once.
Have you been in our
On that
raid?
bitch multiple times.
Holy shit.
You should see my OnlyFans. That shit's crazy.
Cool things.
Yeah. I definitely took a drink of water like right after I said that and almost choked and died because I started laughing at my own stupid joke.
Oh no.
Almost choked after OnlyFans. Got it.
Mhm.
Never mind.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. We've been laughing too much tonight.
I know.
Buddies.
And we still planned this decently,
Yeah.
so
Decent. Yeah, decent.
The headset.
We are outside with our buddies.
sorry. I just always get nervous it's gonna
Almost
come
did
through
not
that
move
middle
with you.
side.
Oh, trust
I think
issues
we
on that
still
side of the
would've
board.
been close enough.
Watch that, and I was like, am I
Uh,
gonna have to prep a res here in just a second?
Yeah, you guys need to go through like a trust retreat or something.
I mean, like, you guys need to do some trust falls together, like.
Yeah.
I thought you were falling forward. What the fuck?
Everybody out? Everybody out? Tanks and healers are second. Tanks need to swap.
DPS is good.
Okay, doke.
DPS, you guys are going to be at 2 and 3. Away from 2 and 3. Tanks and healers, we are going to be at 1 and 4. Look away from 1 and 4.
No, so we can make
We are east-west. DPS. I'll be outside corners with the buddy. Three.
so here it's going to be the regular. Which only has 3 spots. Yes.
Very nice. Get ready for Centaur. Get your knockback. One, 2, 3. Oh god, Jordan. 4. Fuck.
I got him.
I was
Guys,
a
I'm gonna
little
die.
slow to heal you. I'm sorry.
It was a dangerous game there, Zed.
Yes. I lost where I was in the fight. I thought nobody would notice.
Are we talking about
Right into the
the
middle.
scary run into the middle to throw out missionary? Yeah, no, I saw it and I was like, buddies. I definitely saw it.
Just know the timing really well.
It's a bold strategy, caught in the same
Bold,
yeah.
stuff.
Split 1-3. Everybody south. Spread.
Oh god, I went to the wrong side.
Here.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm moving.
Just-
Oh fuck.
Split 1-3 again.
I tried. I tried.
No, you did.
We're gonna
I'm
be
sorry.
inside with our buddies, but this is not good because somebody's gonna get double tapped, and it's probably gonna be me. Oh, it was Aru.
I think it could.
Might as well
I'm gonna
reset it.
say we should wipe because we're not gonna make the DPS
Yeah.
check.
Yeah. I think this is a wipe. Please take note that that was in no way due to me running in the middle.
No.
I don't know. I think that's where it started the journey. I personally.
Look, you just gotta trust me.
Peace be the journey.
I've seen Aladdin. You're
The funny
lying.
part though is, as long as he was standing on the mask, which is kind of where he wasn't gonna get hit. So
Yeah, see? I definitely planned
I
it.
believe you.
Pre-planned thing.
Cool runnings means peace be the journey.
Monkey Mama, what are you doing, silly cat?
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Spread.
Sheer flesh from bone.
We are outside spread.
Out of my sight. Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Everybody out. Tanks and healers in first. Groups are good.
DPS groups are good.
Tanks and healers, we are going to be at A and C. Look away from A and C. DPS, you guys are at B and D. Look away from B and D.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
East-west. Tank healer. We're inside with our buddy. Four. Okay, get ready for Centaur.
I shall see my wish fulfilled.
Hit your knockback.
You will know my rage.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Praying before a god.
Nice, good job. Spread.
Perish in flames endless. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger.
South. East. With a buddy. Split 1-3.
Fulgent flame
We are outside spread, outside spread.
a fitting death.
Okay, watch the tank buster.
Holy shit!
Sorry, fuck.
Oh
No.
my god! I can't believe that worked!
Watch it. Watch it hit you in the face.
Damn, that Doc Brown came out there.
Was
What the
there
fuck?
a melee red mage combo happening there? Everybody out,
I played the
out,
fifth.
out. I'm sure. Okay, get ready for Snake 2.
That was like virgin butthole type.
DPS are gazing first. Tanks need a spot for the shriek. Sky, you have a shriek, so make sure you go to the outside.
DPS is good.
You said swap?
Yes, you are swapping. They will be in the cardinal. Look away. DPS. Tank healer. We are north-south, north-south. Very nice. Good job. Second pot is up. Watch the tank buster. Oops. Oh, no oops, please. Please, no oops.
Oh, I just hit my Swift. It's
Okay.
not a big deal.
Please, no. Alright, get ready for Centaur 2.
I shall see my wish fulfilled.
Hit your knockback. Go towards C.
Know my rage.
Buddies.
Be crushed underfoot.
Your buddies go to 4. 4. Horizontal line by A. Ride this knockback to 3.
Wrong way. Rescue! Ah!
It's say my rescue button's in such a bad spot now.
Yeah,
I can't.
I got him.
Yeah, I would say we're gonna
I got
phase
him.
change anyway right here, so he shouldn't even do his AOE. Hopefully, yeah.
Godhood is within
Nice.
my
Wow.
You guys are good.
I need only
Cutscene time. BGM 100.
Is it my thought outfit? Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Definitely what it is.
It's inspiring.
No, it was the butt cheeks.
I
The
think so.
virgin butthole, yes.
Oh my god, that was so close. I was like, oh fuck, I just killed 3 people right now.
I just got close and crossed my fingers and trusted.
You're right.
There ain't nothing too much you can do there.
Nope.
Oh no! I will take my own life. Boss is like, give it to me!
Yes, that was totally not me looking at my phone and not
Yes.
realizing.
Yeah, I got you. I got you, but P8S Phase 1, buddy.
Check your foods.
Speaking of butt, I like what you got going on, Jordan.
Do I need to go over anything real
Yeah.
quick before we pull, or do we just want to get into it?
I want to get into it.
Hold on. Let me bring that thing up.
What does the scanner say about his power level?
Is that the math you did earlier in chat?
It's over 9,000! yeah, that was definitely a long sigh worthy.
Dude, on the 14 Glamour database, whatever it's called,
Dude,
there needs to be a category called sluts.
just,
I really
just
should.
booba, just a booba category.
Yeah, like, yeah, great. These femros look amazing. Where's the ones that look like horse?
You gotta look at the cat girl aura section for that. Sorry.
I know.
Yep. I know. I'm like, what can I wear to make everyone think that I'm a boy playing this character?
Ready, check, make sure everyone's here.
And ironically, the answer is nothing at all.
Oh, Final Fantasy has a pretty high female player
It's actually
population,
pretty
so.
half and
Yes.
half, funny enough.
We were very, like, the first Fan Fest and the second one, we were very surprised. Ada was like, holy shit, there are many more women here than I was expecting.
No, like the player base is a good like half male, half female ratio. It's pretty wild actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Changing 5-second timer. 5-second timer engaged. Things.
Ara's over here making me blush.
Ooh.
Good timing, over. Good timing.
I have a dream that next raid tier will not be filled with fucking tank busters that have a bleed on top of AoEs that
Just
have
saying.
bleeds.
They definitely
Trips
will.
on you.
Yeah. It's just
Tank
gonna get
healer,
worse.
tank healer.
Oh, you forgot to change the markers.
Did indeed. Good luck, friends.
We don't have enough.
I'm
to
good
heal.
at
We're
this
only
game.
DPS.
With a red. We're stacking it what should be 4. That's a D, by the way. And that definitely could have gotten you killed. We are first row ice.
I'm missing somebody.
Yep.
Oh, because it's tank healer. No! Fuck.
Yep.
You did it on purpose to put down.
I did.
markers.
Facts.
That's okay.
Facts.
I was wondering why you were there, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna believe in the 80s.
that was a the last time I did this slide I was playing dancer and I flexed for tank healer.
False.
Actually that is false because we didn't raid last week.
Because last time we ran, what was this?
And actually, just ignore that I went to the corner, like, I don't
It's
know.
fine. As long as you guys don't get hit, it's really fine wherever
Just
you go.
We were both just a little confused, so it was kind of just like this back and forth thing, trying to follow
No
each
big
other.
deal.
You both were like, well, actually must know where she's
Maybe,
going.
maybe not.
Dad,
Maybe.
Dad must know
Well,
where he's going.
if he's following me, this is probably right.
Exactly.
No, you're following me. No, I'm following you.
Exactly.
How did we end up here, things?
Oh, god damn it, Dad.
What?
Ugh.
Lol.
Not that.
Had to run to my corner.
Go to your corner,
Hop off
shame.
hands.
Do your dance of shame.
Basically. I try to time it. I do. I cannot time
Well,
it with that.
sometimes we're just a little too talkative in between. That's all that happens really
Yeah.
there.
Us?
Yeah,
Never.
sometimes.
And I try to cut it off, which makes me pull mid-sentence.
I know. That's what I try to time.
Oh,
But alas.
that's a fun game.
Yeah.
DPS.
Alright, go. Let's go do nothing.
Okay.
Go hold dicks.
Yep.
God, don't tempt me with a good time.
Spread. Stack at 4. We are second row. Ice. I deflex on this one. First row fire. Yeah. I'm gonna die here. Yeah.
I totally put out shields onto there. Yep.
Good job, Jordan.
Thanks.
Oh,
Oh,
Go for it.
oh, fuck me.
Going in hot. Going in hot.
You're gone.
Oh,
Oh god.
that's.
Oh,
Wait,
Okay,
yeah,
we're
we're
not gonna-
you're just
Yeah.
not good. We're gonna pretend that pull didn't happen.
Abort! Abort! Abort!
Axie
More
bubble.
license plates?
Axie bubble.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll help.
Block all incoming damage. Note to self, Zad has big toes.
you know what big toes mean?
Big cheese.
Big socks.
Big sucks.
Same thing.
So that's exactly what it means.
Raid group needs to go to horny jail today.
Bonk.
The horny bad.
Y'all get bonked.
You don't want to put a whole bunch of people who are horny together in the
That
same
is also
room.
true.
I'm-
I mean, bonk could mean so many
Yes.
things.
Do I not? though?
I mean,
No, you're right.
Oh, I definitely shielded the wrong person. Fuck.
Distracted.
So used to shielding Zad first.
Make him heal it.
Yep. DPS.
Damn that shield.
No, I'm too bad the dot's gonna eat through it. Stack. Red to 4. Very nice. Good job. We are first row ice. Oh, that was too early, Satch. Second row fire. Very nice.
Thank you.
Check your debuffs. Blue, alpha, gamma. 3 side. An alpha and a gamma.
Oh shit. Oh. I knew where I was going.
Fine. Purple, betas and gammas. Oh, where am I to go? That's fine. 3 side.
Yeah.
I
didn't have
I
enough
tried to
heals,
get
sorry.
you.
I was trying to. My brain doesn't
Stack for heals.
conceptualize that.
Careful for the tank shit. Alright, start spreading. I need 1, 2. Oh, careful, Zad, you're gonna snap right onto Axie.
Oh, fuck.
3.
I thought you were there.
Alright.
I should have started running. That was my own fault.
I just looked at the A. I knew that Avi had gotten the first one. Oh my gosh, she'll be moving so I can move towards
She
her.
got the first one, actually.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got first one. I got second one. I think
Oh, okay.
you got third, and Navy
But
got
the-
fourth.
So the logic still actually worked.
Kind of.
Kind of. Accidentally.
The only time you really want to move towards each other is when you know for a fact you both have already been hit.
haven't been hit things.
Yeah, if you look out into the ocean,
Yeah.
Are you two having fun backflipping and teleporting to the boss? Is that what's happening in that corner?
Shh. Me? I don't know what it's all about.
You guys are silly.
It's the optimal opener.
Yeah, sure.
EPS. Deck. Spread to 4.
Oh,
Ow.
Second row ice. Hi, Axie. Oh, never mind.
Bye, everyone.
Go if you still have purple.
Oh, duh.
Silly Billy.
Yeah, you left Jordan having to hold his own dick on that one.
Why do you think I hurt my wrist?
Carrying the
Too
magnifying
much
glass?
to handle.
Oh.
hitting it in too far. I know.
Wow. Wah, wah.
Handling things.
Sorry, Jordan.
Shit.
Shut up, Goof. No, you're not.
I'm not.
What an asshole.
Fuck. Tank healer. Fred. Attack at 3. Second row, fire. First row, ice. Nicely done, good job. Never mashed my healing button so hard in any other fight.
Yeah, what is glare?
Look at Jordan being a better dancer than I am, using improv. Check your debuffs. Green, alpha, beta. Make sure you guys come in for heals. We are 4 side. Everybody to the 4 side. We need an alpha and a beta. There you go. Okay. Green again, alphas and betas.
Oh, we already have
Okay.
2.
No, we don't. It's
Okay.
4 because they wear off.
Gotcha. My apologies.
And then just stay loosely spread. Boss is targetable. Okay, come in for heals. Nicely done. Wait.
Get back, Axie.
Now
Every
you can
time.
go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'm working on this spaghetti. It's also
Okay, in for heals. Very nice.
I forget what happens after this.
We're
but-
gonna have tank shit,
Same.
so tanks go away, Get ready for autos and tank busters. Sky, I want you to Voke here, and I want you to hollow this tank buster at the very end. So get away
Okay.
and hollowed. And now you're gonna take those autos by yourself like a big boy. Oh, except for Sad, you still need to shoot.
I got him.
Get fucked.
Oh, you might take one of those autos, but no, you're good. All right, cool. Just like that.
NA2?
NA2. Okay, so DPS, kind of spread out a little bit so I can see if you guys get inverse, please. Boss has inverse. Okay. We will do stack and spread reverse. We are going to be in the first or second row. Second row, stack. Second row, stack. Unless you're a purple. Get away if you're a purple. Get away if you're a purple.
Remember,
We'll go
Oh,
over
far
that.
side.
Yeah, we'll go over that real
yeah.
quick.
Not on the same squares.
Yeah, so for that, we just want DPS stack to be either right there. Oh, a little further over actually. Right there, and then tank healer stack will be if you're purple, I should say, you'll be here, and then the actual stack people are going to be on this line right here, depending on whatever row. Does that make sense?
Do I have to worry about the inverse, or are you calling it?
I
It
am
should be
calling
fine.
the inverse properly, so you don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
I just need to see who has inverse. If it's one person has it and the other doesn't, because I need to know which one's going first. So that's why I have you guys stay loosely spread there.
Got
Oh,
it.
that's wrong markers. Annie, just get the fuck out of here. I love it, but I hate it.
What can I say except you're welcome?
much.
Progress things.
Show your pity shield. Shield's so sad.
It was pretty underwhelming.
It's not the size of the shield that counts.
I have a clip exactly about the same topic, you guys.
We like to repeat
That's
jokes.
because they're funny usually.
We're creatures of habit.
Spread. Stack at 4. First row, fire. Second row, ice.
Hey, buttons work.
Oh, that was the wrong button. Check your debuffs. There's one too many people here. Nice. Good adjust. Purple, beta, gamma. Beta, go north on this one. We will be on the 4 side.
Four
We need a
side.
beta and a gamma. Purple again. Four side.
Am I mixing?
You're not mixing. You're not a purple.
Nobody.
Heal boss
Okay.
though. Oh fuck. Okay.
I got him.
Boss is targetable. Come in for heals.
Everything
You're
hurts.
fine.
Yeah, don't be a
Start
baby.
spreading. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come in for heals. Thanks, shit. Sky, you can vote now if you want. That way you're just at the top. And then just, yeah, Hallowed near the end of the cast. Don't go back inside. Don't go back in. He's gonna take those auto spends off. Okay.
know.
You're just, you're,
I'm
okay,
getting
you're just
position.
creeping up as well. Alright, cool.
He just doesn't want to
yeah,
stand
it's
in my
fine.
bubble.
Yeah.
I understand.
No.
Okay. DPS have it. Go for has inverse. Stack and spread will be reversed. Second row. Stack. First row spread. We need to go for spread spots.
So just basically squares, yeah?
Second row, fire. I'm not taking this res, I'm sorry, Axie.
So it's just horizontal first spread, basically.
No.
Sort
Kind
of.
of, but no.
Like, it's like
Tanks,
Zad.
Tanks
is
are
here,
A1,
then me.
melee. Actually, I'm not worried about melee. You guys did it fine. Healers are C and 3, and then yeah, all the DPS did their spread spots fine. It was just we had some goofiness over at the tank healer spot.
I was one page up on the sheet.
Yeah, I was scrolling down mid pull like, ah!
Go for an Aru on that one. With spread, don't go to the corner. Just go to your normal spots.
Don't worry about the corner. Just regardless if you have
Oh, that's
purple
right,
or
yeah.
not, just go to your normal spread spot. You won't clip anybody. It just makes it easier, so that way we don't have to worry about any like, oh well, this person has this, but now I need to go here. Like, just go to your same spot, regardless of what you have or not.
Yeah, because
What?
if Voss
Sorry,
was
Scott.
there, if Voss was there, he would have killed both of you.
Yeah, because I was moving in. I was like, oh, never mind.
What were you gonna say, Axie?
And what's the difference between fire and ice on
Nothing.
this one?
Fire and ice is exactly the same. It will play out
Oh,
exactly
okay.
the same. The only difference is if the fire and ice person has inverse, because then if it's ice, you do fire, and if it's fire, you do ice. That's the only difference. Fire and ice will do exactly the same as the first one.
And the only difference is too, since he doesn't do a cleave, if the tanks or healers have purple, we would do it in this row. If the DPS have purple,
Oh,
we do it
yeah.
in this one.
Yes,
I was
he
worried
does
about
do.
that, yeah.
He does do a cleave after fire and ice before the AOE. So after fire and ice resolves, just be aware you're gonna have to move to either the 3 or the 4 side, and I will call it. And there is an AOE there and all that fun stuff afterwards.
Coolio.
And Sky, we can keep positioning this. That's what I was trying to do there, is just kind of keep our positioning the same. So when you move up to invincible, just kind of do it up like I do it when I move
Yeah,
up.
up in the. I tried to move as far up forward, and then you stay on that like plus sign.
Yep.
Yep.
I know I scared everybody else. I really like being.
I
in
knew
spots.
it. Yeah, I knew what you were doing.
Oh, one more thing. Don't use your second pot.
Oh
like,
yeah, no,
when we
we'll
get
talk
to
about
it.
potting. So yeah, because you will not use your second pot when it comes up. Facts.
Okay. Not thinking about pots thing.
Using my pot sting.
Yes, Aru is correct. We need it for the damage boogie after High Concept 2. Which you guys are like right fucking there too. That's gonna be a fun one.
I have more faith in this group.
Oh, I do too. Without a doubt.
And that's what makes me mad.
I know. This group just has better synergy, probably because we've been raiding with each other longer, minus Sky DPS.
And I get along with everybody.
Yeah, I usually tell you to shut the fuck up and it's fine.
Yep.
Spread. That was
is the key.
mean. I'm sorry. Spread.
Fine.
Stack at 4.
Oh.
Shit, stack at 4. This is gonna hurt. Or not? Question mark? Okay. Second
Yeah.
row. Fire. First row, ice. Oh. This is not good.
The damage was too hard. Thank you.
Giggity.
Fine, everything's fine. I just panic killing, it's fine, no big deal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have Carrot roll up, I think, for this AoE. I might be wrong though.
That's okay.
Oh wait, no, I will. I will.
I mean, I can
You're
veil it
supposed
if
to
you
be
want
doing
it.
Oh my god.
I'm
I can
supposed to
do
be,
what you want me to do if you'd like.
I'm supposed to be
You're-
opening
Check.
veiling.
You're supposed to be doing both, actually.
Cue the yelling at you part.
Right?
Oh no!
Alright, we're going.
Oh no!
Yeah, so the reason you're supposed to be opening veiling is so you have it up in time for High Concept as well. So
Oh well.
I don't
Large
mind the
penis.
opening veil not being there quite as much because I think because we're only doing a 5-second timer, you're still gonna have 5 seconds on the cooldown for it. But I would really like it for High Concept 2, please.
High Concept 2 or
Whatever.
1?
High Concept. I want it for both, actually. I do want it for
Okay.
both, but High Concept 1.
The second
I'm like-
one
The
needs to
High
be on High
Concept,
Concept.
yes.
I'm like,
Yeah, your
wow.
second veil will definitely need to be on High Concept 2.
Boy.
Sorry.
Yeah, I knew
Got
where
it.
We're fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I was picking up what you're throwing down, but I was like, wait, does she mean? Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
checking everyone else's food things.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh.
My bad.
Boss.
I'm sorry.
Does the boss have foods on?
Yeah, I thought there was a sign that said "Don't feed the boss."
I got a little too trigger happy on my dot. I'm sorry. My bad.
Have
No,
sloppy
act-
loose.
No, AV can't read.
What is this, a school for ants?
Hee hee.
Ho ho.
You can't say that anymore. It's not Christmas.
DPS.
I was using that as a noun.
Oh, okay. So you just saw me and Axie together.
Exactly.
Fred.
Okay.
There's some hoes in this house.
Definitely some hoes in this house.
Stack it. 4. 4 for 4. Sorry. First row, ice. Second row, fire. Nicely done.
Why, thank you.
Proud of you.
Good job on standing there.
That's what I do best.
Getting that starfish.
I was about to say that. My favorite position.
Hey, it worked.
It always works.
So however you can get it, I'll take it.
Goody bucks. Purple, beta, gamma. Meant for deals. We are on the 4 side. We need a beta and a gamma. Purple again, betas and gammas. Do beta gamma things. 4 side. Very nice. Stay loosely spread. Coming for heals. Okay, start spreading. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Zach got clipped.
Ooh.
I'm gonna sack.
I got him. I was like, can I take it
Yeah,
with you?
no,
and
no,
help?
just big heals for the AoE, big heals. Sorry about that. I tried.
Kaboom! So, question, and I had this the other day, but do we have to drop the boss's health to 0 in
Yes.
phase 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Door bosses are usually 49.
Yeah, I'm just surprised like it wasn't already at 49. You know what I mean? Like, 6 to 1, half a dozen the other, I guess, but
Whole new boss, whole new killing criteria. We will get to, if we get to 42% going into high concept 2, we are on par for DPS.
New boss.
Oh, wow.
high concept too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I really hated that back tower.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's just like us in the back hate getting the north ones.
Except for I can't hit the boss.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
Uh-huh.
You have a ranged
Yeah,
attack.
it's that back right corner one that's real bad for you. Thank you. Stack. Spread to 3.
Shit, I'm an idiot. That was me. 100%.
Alright.
Second row. Ice.
Alright, Axie, you got this.
There was no saving that.
Yeah.
No, that was on me. I was trying a different opener and the my global was off by half a second, so.
If that ever happens, just take my spot and I'll move forward.
Okay, no worries. No, it was just a global thing. I was thinking too much about my opener, why it was off. But thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Theoretically, we shouldn't have to do it, but God forbid it does come up, I'll just shift forward.
Too many mind
Yep.
things.
Too many mind.
I need to watch that movie again.
Yes.
Cross for this one. If we spread, you can go northwest.
Stack. Spread to 4.
I'm good with going northeast still.
Yeah, don't change it up too much for them until they get used to it. Like, I know what you're doing because I do it too, but yeah. First row, ice. Second row, fire. D-Bucks. Blue, alpha, gamma. 4 side, 4, 4, 4. We need an alpha and a gamma. You're good. You're good. Just stay there. Oh, yeah, that's good now. For that, you could have just kept going to the corner there, but it's all right.
Yeah.
More thing.
Thank healer. I really like you tonight, Axie.
I know.
Rest double healer.
Fred. Stack at 3. Second row, fire. First row, ice. Nicely done. Check your debuffs. Purple, beta, gamma. 3 side. We will need a beta and a gamma. Nice. Purple again, beta, gamma. Help me heal, Axie. Help me heal. 3 side. 3 side. Alright, we're good. Stay loosely spread. Boss is targetable. Come in for heals.
I think I was just too far away from everyone throwing out those AoEs.
Okay. And spread. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come into the middle for heals. Get ready for tank shit. Good job. Tanks and healers have it. Poor Axie. I left my cardio on you, so it's fine. Alright, Sky has inverse. Stack and spread will be reversed. First row, stack. Second row, spread. Oh, get off me, Sky, get off me. You go on the northern side of the square.
I know.
Alright.
I've moved
Yeah,
too
you
far
did.
back. That's the first run that I've actually had that fucking purple during
Alright.
that.
I'm gonna say haven't really gotten there a whole lot, and you guys are already doing it, and it's impressive, so.
Gonna be the first. It definitely won't be your fucking last.
Impressive things.
Unless you're Nerva and then you never get the
Dude,
goddamn
like,
thing.
Nerva's gone like 2 or 3 nights without getting purple, like once. It's wild, actually. DPS.
Whenever I'm with Gopher, I just want to jump.
Good. I'll stack at 4. Second row, ice. First row, fire. Nicely done. Check your debuffs. Purple, beta, gamma. 3 side. We will need a beta and a gamma.
Like the one.
Where's my gamma?
Nope, that's me. I'm in the wrong spot.
Purple.
Oh.
No, we
We
can't.
can still do
no.
it. We can still do it.
No.
Purple?
We don't. We
have
have
4.
3 of the
Yeah,
same
but we have
purple.
Oh, there's no-
3.
Yeah, but they're
Got 3
matching.
snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the wrong spot. That's my fault.
He was chasing my ass. I saw him. He was looking at me.
Wanted a piece of that cattail.
Mm-hmm. Hope he enjoyed the view as he died.
Oh, I did.
Curious why we couldn't
Because-
still do that one.
Because 3 people had prominent
Yellow. It's probably
orange.
yellow. Yeah, we had
Yellow,
3
whatever.
betas and 1 gamma. So
Oh.
instead of 2 and 2.
I see. Yep, I
So
see.
we would have made a Snicky
DNA
Snick
things?
instead of a purple Ixion boy. DPS. Spread. Back at 4. Second row, fire. First row, ice. Check your debuffs.
Yeah, man, you can't just put it on the ground. You gotta put it on the floor.
Blue, alpha, gamma.
Oh, I think we'll take it.
4 side. We will need an alpha and a gamma. Green. You're long, sky, go south.
No,
4 side.
Yes.
Nice. Good. Come in for heals. Spread. One. Three.
Fuck you.
4. Oh, I got. Okay, I got him. Come in for heals. Thanks, shit. Okay, come up to the first 2 rows. Thank healer. Oh, it's me.
Uh-oh.
It's double healer.
Healer shit. Okay, we both have inverse. First row. Spread. Spread, spread, spread. Second row stack. Very nice.
We're going to be in
No,
4
2
column.
Second row
2 column.
ice, second row ice, second row ice, second row ice. First row fire. Okay, there's gonna be a cleave right after this. Go to the 3 side. 3 side, do not get cleaved. Okay.
I'm sorry.
AoE.
I meant like the 4 marker side.
AoE. And tank shit. I fucking hate this Rapier so much. I love you guys, but I hate you so much.
I love you. Oh, we
I'm
spent
like
a month
crying
and a
because I'm
half.
so
Really?
mad. Like, all right, big
was
big
way
heals.
easier.
All
That's
right,
way easier.
high concept 2. Alpha, beta, gamma, go to your same corners. If you do not have a debuff, go to alpha. If you have 1, go to 1. If you have 2 and you're the leftover long person, go to 2.
All right, Voss,
Got
me
that?
and you. Voss, me and you.
Not
No,
this.
we are going to kiss.
Oh yeah.
So that was a
Let me know.
thing that happened, and you're like, if you guys have this number,
Yeah, I know.
and if you have
It's
this
just,
number,
we
what
don't
if you
we don't have
alpha?
enough time
I'm
to
like,
go over it, so I'll go over it on Thursday. I do recommend you guys look at it.
Another month.
Yeah, let's wrap.
Good
But that
job.
was-
Yeah,
Good-
no,
good
that
one
was
to
a
end on.
that was a
Are we
really
wrapping?
bad end on. Jesus fuck.
Yes, I am
Oh.
hunger.
Yeah.
Production over.
what did we end up there? Like 46?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
And that's without
That's
opening
that's
pots,
not a
etc.
that's not a proper
Typically-
opener. That's not with pots. So
This one's similar with these mechanic heavy ones, as long as you're like keeping good uptime and you're doing the mechanics and nobody's
Should-
dying,
yeah,
you're
you
gonna
shouldn't
be
hit
okay.
enrage, really.
Yeah, we
Because they're
had
a little more forgiving with all the mechanics.
we got to
Oh,
good.
Because I was like, fuck.
Is the deep like the hard DPS phase right after high concept 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're going to get a
Because my 2 minute
damage.
comes up like
So
right
what's
before
gonna
it too, so I'm
happen?
like, fuck.
Yeah,
Not
what's gonna
nice
happen
when you say
actually is when we do high concept 2, the boss is gonna be targetable near the end of high concept 2. We're gonna throw a melee LB, but you want to save your 2 minutes for the after we fake die but come back to life part. So provided we do it correctly, what's gonna happen is, yeah, LB while the boss is active, we all die, we come back to life, 2 minutes and pots are a go. And
Okay, so I think 2 minute will probably be
your
up
2 minute
before...
will probably be up beforehand. Don't use it.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah, because we're gonna get fucked if we don't have all that with the damage buff.
Yeah.
2 questions.
I
Worse.
probably have 2 answers for you.
One, did the other group
Yes.
clear
Yeah, we
phase
cleared
2
it.
already?
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Second question is, why is it? This has been an all-encompassing, like, since we've started rating, I guess. But like, why is it unnerving that we're doing
It's
so
not
good on
unnerving.
this fight?
It's just
It's
it's
not. Well, you know what I mean. Like, I know you guys
so
aren't
it's
like.
just
What it
to a
is.
degree,
it's
but, like,
frustrating how much
it-
of a better like cohesiveness this group has versus the other one. Not to mention, it's so much better that you guys are so what's the word I'm looking for? You guys are so my brain's not working.
Quick
Well, quick
learning.
learning, you guys absorb mechanics really quickly, but that's not the word I'm looking for. The word I'm looking for is no.
Attentive to
You guys are
instruction?
really
Case Curtis as well.
oh god, not Miro. What's the term we use for Miro when he plays really good but then not really good? Constant, yes,
Oh,
thanks.
constant.
You guys are very consistency is actually the word I was looking for. You have a very consistent
consistent.
play style where like you guys don't just randomly like occasionally like yeah, there's a weird little hookup where like yeah, we die, but it's not like a consistent like oh, I fucked up in this one spot, or it's not a consistent I am fucking up the entire night kind of deal. Like you guys are really good about like you learn the mechanic, you know where you're supposed to be, you know where you're supposed to go, and you just do it. There's no like, oh, someone was in my spot, like freaking out.
So,
Yeah.
moving on this fight, controversial take. I do not like getting purple.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't either.
same.
Shit's easy as pie.
I love
Yeah.
the movement of not having purple.
Yeah, purple
Absolutely
scoring,
agree.
but also
Play a caster until
Right.
you like
The
the
only
movement.
reason
don't play a
I
caster.
like purple
Exactly.
is on healing. I don't have to move as much, provided it is spread first then stack. If it is stack first then
Yeah.
spread, that shit can get bent.
Yeah, that's annoying. All
Bye,
right,
night,
y'all. Have a
Lexi.
good night.
Enjoy
See you
your food.
Thursday.
Annoying.
Thank you.
We are back Thursday, right?
Mhm.
No.
Okay, not going tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't
Night, everybody.
I'm gonna be lazy. I don't want to find a healer for tomorrow.
That's fine.
See y'all Thursday.
Let alone
Better.
if we like
Good night.
clear it tomorrow
yeah,
and
I
actually
feel
doesn't
bad.
get it. It's like bad news bears.
I mean, we still have to learn.
Well, I
so
mean-
there's two major mechanics left. There's High Concept 2, which in and of itself has 2 additional mechanics to it that were not present in High Concept 1. And then after that, we have AoEs, Dominions, and Rage. So that's it. That's the fight. Like, you guys are like 80% of the way through this fight. And Dominion is one of those like weird ones where it's kind of like Towers, where like you gotta see it and do it to get the feel of it. But then once you see it and do it and get the feel of it, it's super fucking easy. So
Nero
did
likes to
it,
say
but,
otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I know.
So I
No, you
Never
can
mind.
say it. It's fine.
What's up?
no, it's okay.
Oh, say it.
I honestly don't even know what I really wanted to say.
Well, if you figure out what you want to say, you're more than
Okay.
welcome to say it.
We don't discriminate.
don't
So
get
I
that
guess
much.
so. My question, yeah, story of the night. So I guess my question really was kind of more geared towards, is the anticipation or was the thought process that the second group or whatever that you guys are in was supposed to be, I don't want to say a
No.
better group because obviously that's like subjective, but you
So
know what
like
I mean by it.
so for me going into the second group, I already knew going in that our raid group was better. What I did not know was I did not know how much of a consistency issue they have, and I think that consistency issue does come from the fact that they are a raid group that's fairly brand new with each other. Most of them have not raided together, whereas like this raid group currently, the only new person is you, Sky. We've all raided with each other for years at least. So, and Axie.
Is that?
But
is
I
that
mean,
the
Axie.
Who's in the other group other than the random people I've heard? Miro and
So
there's
there's
people I don't
Miro,
recognize.
Mark,
Miro,
Sky,
Mark,
Don't know them.
Low.
Okay, this guy.
I think
Nerv-
Sky and
Nerva.
Nerva are the only people you
Nerva,
know because
okay.
we have Low, we have V, Jordan, and me.
Okay, yeah, Sky and Nerva. Sky's had raid groups for quite a long time, but not with any of those folks. I think Nerva has been with Sky once or twice, but we typically are like ships passing in the night as in raid groups. We all end up in different times.
The main thing, because that's my main group, quote unquote main group. The one problem with them is they have 2 people who absolutely, well, I shouldn't say 2 people. One person definitely, absolutely never
That is
uses the
very
mic,
true.
and then another one very rarely uses it.
I've had 2 groups like that with someone that didn't use a mic and it caused problems.
And the one that doesn't use it is Miro, which throws off the tank stuff. And then the other one who barely uses it is my co-healer. There's a lot of wasted
Whoa.
quick casts because I'll res somebody and then like Sky and Low will also raise him at the same
And the
time.
big problem too is this is on Sky as
Oh.
well. Sky does not communicate when he's resing someone versus like Aru who does, or like myself when I was playing Beep Boop Res Mage, I always communicated when I was resing. Because I'd straight up tell the healers, I'd say, you fuckers focus on healing, I will get them up. And they'd be like, okay. So
Yeah. Like every time I do it, I'm like, I got him. And then I'll be halfway through my
and
cast.
someone will switch.
And then someone will throw out a swift cast. And I'm like, come on, say something. And if you don't want to talk, use a macro.
So, Well, I don't know. I guess I don't understand. Like the quick cast thing or the swift cast thing, I guess I can understand
Just,
that.
like I said, the big
Like,
thing is really like
mean,
the
honestly-
cohesiveness, and I will say, our raid group is the better raid group. Our raid group burned through 5, 6, and 7 while they were still on 6, and we helped them, or rather, I should say, I helped them clear 6 and 7. Utilizing the things that we had learned from 6 and 7. The thing that got really frustrating in this raid group in particular is not any of your guys' fault. It's just real life kicked everyone in the fucking nuts. Like, that just happened. So that set us back significantly.
If you guys didn't need me
we
and
would've
Rio was
cleared
still
it.
here,
Oh,
you
yeah,
would have
like,
cleared.
Without a doubt. Like, if we had not had as many things that had happened in real life that caused us to miss raid days, or cut raid early, or start raid late, or what the fuck ever have you, and especially with Voss now not having 2 raid days that have to start an hour later, because that was the only reason I can say that they caught up even before real life decided to kick everybody in the nuts in this raid group, is because they raid for more hours. Now we raid about the same amount of hours, which is why you guys are significantly catching up on them. On top of the fact that you guys are more consistent players, we have a better cohesive raid group, and you guys just learn mechanics faster. Like, I have yet to yell at you guys for fucking up towers on high concept, and it's beautiful. I really have not worried about it. Like, even the fact, like, Sky, like, I said, like, Sky, you're long, go south. Like, you made it still in time to do your tower. That would not have happened at the other raid group. That would
No, Miro would have jumped 3
that would've been
times and
a
wiped the group.
so.
When
That's like,
everything I say about Miro, if you watch the group, you'll
I've seen it.
realize
I've raided with them in. I mean, mind you, in P8, P4.
Yeah, we did P4. P4S.
Was it
yeah.
P4? No, like I've definitely seen some of the things that you were saying, but
Yeah,
That's
we
Miro?
did the night. I think it was the night you were gone, Jordan.
Oh,
or
that's
somebody-
right.
Yeah, someone was gone,
You
and we
were
decided
gone.
to do P4S
Yeah.
for funsies to see how far we could get.
and Avi came in.
I was playing
think
Astro. No, I was
did you
playing Astro
tank?
because I was.
No, you
No.
healed. You healed. I came in as Reaper. And
Yeah,
then,
because I remember that because it was me and you healing just like old times.
because you were on Sage. I came in Astro because Lol Macrocosmos take the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does also help to have 2 folks who have cleared it, because then you've got those who haven't cleared it have reference points for like generally.
Right, and that
you're
is
doing
true.
The right
Like
thing.
the fact that like Jordan and I having cleared it, like we can tell you guys specifically like what's gonna happen here and why and when, versus obviously all of us going
Yes.
in blind. But it's still one of those things where like I still feel like you guys would have picked it up pretty quickly. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. We it sounds like we would have done it faster, but not
right.
quite at this pace.
So and like you guys are, I don't know, it's one of those things where it feels like you guys are a little bit better at solo responsibility as well. Like I don't really have to worry about you guys like just doing stupid shit that doesn't make fucking sense.
It feels like generally having seen each mechanic about 3 times is what it takes us.
Which
to-
is a
to
lot
kinda get it.
faster than the other raid. Because I wasn't kidding when I said it took us like 2 full raid nights just to get through Natural Alignment 1. Cleanly.
Yep.
I should say cleanly.
Cleanly. Mhm.
And then
And even now, it's
like,
still kind of.
it's still like the kind of like weird little hiccups that we had on NA1 tonight, like that other group still experiences, even though they've cleared the fight. And I'm just like, why? Okay, like I don't understand. And again, it really just comes down to the consistency thing. I really think is that this group is just a lot more consistent in playing. And maybe it's because everybody in this raid group has been raiding for sure, minus Sky, of course, since like Heaven's Ward for sure. Some people ARR like Zad and Gopher, and I think Aru too. Aru and Voss.
although to
But
be fair,
but Sky,
like,
you've
with that
been
said,
raiding
I've
in
been
WoW
like
for
high
fucking,
end,
like as long as it's been around. Like
Right.
that's why, like
right. Plus, I've like played enough of Final Fantasy to understand like the mechanic-y, like don't stand in the giant orange circle, like
Yeah.
those kinds of things. Enough.
Yeah.
But
The bad thing with them is most of them have been playing
Yeah.
since like Heaven's Ward ARR,
Well,
and
so
you're
here's-
and you're
here's
still doing
my
better.
thing.
Sky was
He
originally
will-
with us at the start.
Like my take on it, and it's complete outsider noob, blah blah blah. Like I barely know many of both teams, but like I feel like we have less egos in our team, and they have more individual.
I wouldn't say we have less egos in this group. I would say you guys know how to work with each other's egos a lot more.
I would say that's fair.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clashing egos would probably be the better way of saying it.
And the only reason I say that is because, like healing with Avi, I know how she heals. I know she
Like
knows
a
how I
mad
heal.
woman.
Am I giving this to you?
She knows.
Okay.
Yes. She knows that I like to DPS more than heal. In my other group, me and Lo don't have that kind of way to do it. Synergy, exactly. So I'm still trying to learn how he heals, and it's vastly different. And I just care about my DPS numbers. So it's
So again, that group
it's
is
shit like
group
that.
is just a learning curve for a lot of people. So, and that's where the consistency falls through as well. Because again, like,
And like in
So
this
here-
group,
mhm.
Here's another question then. So stemming off of that, if you how do I word this?
So close.
If
5.7.
you could change something or fix something with the group, what do you think you could do? Or what is a solution that you could do to
Biggest
fix
thing
that
is
group?
communication.
yep. Everybody needs to be on mic. Everybody needs to be active. Like tonight with this
But do you
group,
think
how we
that would
were.
solve the problem, or do you think that would just help not have more problems?
It would solve about 75% of the problems. And
And who's the
75%
leader, Sky?
being
Sky
generously
is
low.
technically the leader, yes, but Sky is a very passive leader.
Yes. Another example, like in this raid group, Aru and Gopher, or Foss and Gopher, they know who's gonna melee LB without even talking to each other. The other group, they have to say, "Oh, are you getting it? No, you get it," and that's the kind of stuff that is being worked out in the kinks. But it's just a new group. It's hard to really quantify outside of it's a new group with a whole bunch of people who did party finder strats.
So yeah, it's really just like getting used to each other's playstyles. This is the first raid tier that they've cleared together as a raid group as such. And I will say that raid group had some issues holding on to some players due to real life. That's why I came in as a fizz range for them, because they like lost like 2 or 3 people like within the first like month.
Well, we did
We've gone through
P4S,
four
and somebody was like, yeah, so I'm gonna have to leave next
Yeah.
week." That was one of their melees, and I was like, "Oh, well,
Yeah,
I mean, I
we've
could come
gone
in and
through
help if you needed," and then that was like when everything.
we've gone through a ranged, melee, a healer.
That's right, I forgot we went through a healer.
Because we've
Healer
swapped out
was
4
early
people.
though, wasn't it? It was like early.
No,
We lost the
not
healer during our phase 1 PA prog. That's when we lost our other healer.
Oh, I thought it had been low
mean,
for a long
It's
time.
been a long
No.
time
Or
now,
low.
but no, we had the little potato whose name is escaping
Who
me.
was it before low?
Yomi, yep.
Yomi.
Yomi.
So we had
Vaguely sounds familiar.
Salvador, which you didn't know Salvador. Yomi and
Salvador Dali.
what was her name? Yomi's girlfriend.
Mio?
She was a machinist. So
Yomi and Heyo?
No, I forgot her name.
And it said that there was a way to turn that off, so I might look at
And she left the Discord.
Are they not dating anymore? Is it one of those
I mean,
situations?
they're both gone now, so it doesn't
sh-
matter.
She never raided before, both her and Yomi, and so I can see why they wouldn't want to after a while.
Gotcha. Were they like PF pickup type players?
Well, Yomi had to leave because of real life.
Oh.
Like Yomi's job situation changed or something. That's why he left.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, Yomi was also with shit. I forgot. It has this weird ass name, and it's not showing up what her real name was. Oh well, doesn't matter.
I don't know. I guess my question was always that, like,
Ymir.
because it's always kind of like the on-running joke, so to speak, that that it's upsetting that we're doing so good or blah blah blah. So I always wondered, was there like some sort of thought process or like preconceived notion that the other team was supposed to be
No,
a
it's
better
no.
team, blah blah blah.
No, it's what Zad and Avi have been saying. One, Zad's correct, because me and Avi have cleared, or even gotten further in the fight by the time you guys started here. We have that information going forward, which is helpful. But you guys are such more consistent on all the mechanics leading up to it that it's just irritating to know that this group is more consistent than the other one. That's
like,
it for me.
I mainly joke about it, like, because I know you guys are better players than the other group, but like, it's just, for me, it's one of those things. It's like how fast you guys are picking this fight up, and just knowing like we're gonna have it cleared really soon for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mainly joke
Like,
about
this is
it,
weak.
but I think Jordan's a little bit more serious than I am.
This is week 2, right? Of actually being in there. Okay. At this point, we were getting
we were like
to
just getting
high concept
we were, like,
1.
We were getting through high concept 1, but like still having issues with towers and like towers in high concept, I should say, and then starting to learn desolation.
Yeah, where you guys are getting into high concept 2 already.
So here's another question geared specifically for Jordan. So this team originally was the people who we have, plus Rio, and then you healing, AV tanking.
So back up a step.
So what?
So the original
No.
group, our original raid group, was Smarf tanking, Zad tanking, me and Jordan healing, Rio, Gopher, Aru, and Boss.
Aru
That
and
is like
Boss.
the original team. That was the last raid, and even then, like before then, there were other people. And then for Ultimate, our group ended up being me tanking, Zad tanking, Vina healing, and then we had Fuzz as our white mage, but he ended up dropping out because he was getting burnt out, and that's when I pulled in Axie, and then go for Rio, Boss, Aru. So
Yeah, but what was it last?
the last,
the
like,
last-
actually Savage,
the
the
last
last iteration
iteration
for
of it.
Savage specifically, not Ultimate, was what I just said. So Smarf, Zad tank, me, Jordan heal, and then Rio, Gopher, Aru, Boss, DPS sync.
Okay. So Smarf was the outlier, so to speak.
You replaced Smarf essentially, and then Axie replaced Jordan because Jordan wasn't sure about real life stuff.
All right, so that was, I guess, really the ultimate question for me. Was like, if at the moment Jordan was the only outlier missing, what changed you know, like what was it that led you away and now, so to speak, obviously back?
I'm only
Yeah,
back to
he's
help
only
you
back
guys
until Rio comes back,
gets here.
whenever that may or may not be.
I left. It's partially 2.5 reasons. One, the main one is my job. There was a big opportunity for me to move up, and with that opportunity to move up, required me to take all these classes, and I wouldn't be able to focus on both. The second one is Smarf was starting to get to me a little bit with all of this passive aggressiveness, and then my personality doesn't really mesh well with Rio. And it's nothing against Rio, it's just sometimes there's people you just don't really mesh well with. So instead of saying, you know, I want Rio out of the group, it's a lot easier for me to say, you know what, I have other things I need to take care of, and I'm leaving the group because I didn't want to try to divide the group, and that's just really unfair to everybody to do that. But did that, and then they hired somebody else, and that freed up my worries about doing those classes. So now, in the meantime, I'm helping you guys until Rio gets back.
Rio, I don't want to say Rio is sensitive, but Rio is a little bit sensitive, and Jordan is very abrasive. So, yeah.
I'm blunt.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not nice.
And there was one night that just kind of really ruined it for me. And Avi knows what night that is. And so does Dad. But, I mean...
time with Uncle Jordan?
No. We were discussing a strategy. I was under the impression of one thing. Apparently the rest of the group was under the impression of another. And when Rio started talking, I just shut it down. And then I posted a GIF of Randy Jackson, and apparently that caused a huge kerfuffle. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, it was on me, but I yeah.
No, I mean, I don't need to go into it. It's just more of like one of those questions I just had, because I know, obviously, personally, I know you're a really good sage. So, well, one, from playing with you briefly, two, from you teaching me when I was learning sage, and three, from AV boasting your abilities.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Jordan has always been a machinist.
Yeah. It's those are just machine guns. I'm just
I'm
a
a
machinist. That's all Sage is. It's just a machinist with more guns.
Yeah, you just have 4 guns instead of 1.
But exactly, especially if you use the what level? It's like 80 something weapon.
80.
Oh,
Yep,
the
the
fucking
81.
Garlemald one, the 84.
No.
Or
It's 84, yeah.
83 weapon, yeah.
Really?
The weapon that comes
That one-
from Tower
That's
of
from,
Babel is literally just 4 fucking actual machine guns. It looks so fucking silly.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have,
I
like,
know,
the
it looks so
barrels.
silly.
Isn't it this one? The one that I have on?
No. Here,
There is a crafted
I'll
version
link it,
of
hold
it
on.
too.
yeah, I'm gonna here.
Alrighty.
There's 88
It's
crafted.
88 crafted, but you can get the one.
Oh,
Yeah, it's literally 4
It's
guns.
super fucking silly.
that's yeah, that looks pretty dumb.
No, it's I left for some reasons, mostly personal,
Yeah.
and work.
I didn't think the Rio issue bothered you that
Like
much,
it-
but I guess it did.
I had Rio muted for the last 2 raid
Mean.
tiers,
Same.
so and it,
I just
every conversation that came up, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Again, in any way, nothing bad against Rio. This is just how I viewed it. Every conversation that came up, it always had to be centered around him, or he always had to have like this huge opinion on it. And I work with a person like that, and dealing with that for 8 hours, and then coming home and dealing it with another 3. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then push to talk, but that's another thing that was very minor.
We did make him go to push to talk, so yeah, we did.
Did you?
We did.
Oh my god.
He eventually knew how we all felt on that.
I love this hair so much. Look at this. So much better. But yeah, it's yeah. There were some things, and then that night just kind of just pushed it over for me. I was like, all right. I like him as like he's a really fucking good samurai and a raider and Final Fantasy player. It's just his personality didn't really clash well with mine.
So, mildly segueing from that, have we heard from Rio
Yes.
and or what that whole situation
I
is?
still do not have a definite return to game date, but he is getting settled in Vancouver, I believe now. Toronto.
Think Vancouver.
Wherever south.
Toronto? Maybe it's Toronto.
I
Yeah, I know.
thought it was
It's
Toronto
Toronto.
last time I knew.
Vancouver is British. Vancouver is where he was from, and he went to Toronto. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
he's getting settled in Toronto. They got a new apartment. Him and his mom are getting settled in and everything. And he has expressed some very distinct wishes to come back, at least for a little bit, just to get some things squared away. He's really excited for 6.3. But I still do not have a definite, like, yes, I'm going to come back. So, and
I think the last we heard, he had canceled
yes,
for
yeah,
the
his
time
sub is
being.
canceled for the time being. He canceled his sub when he was moving over to Toronto. But my concern is with how close we are at this point in time. I might have, when he does decide to come back, I might have to tell him to hold off until Axie goes on mommy baby leave, and then we can bring him in to teach him 8. Because keep in mind, when he comes back, he's gonna have to learn pretty much all of phase 1 and all of phase 2, because we were not.
If I know Rio, he's just gonna go into PF.
I mean,
grind
and
out.
that very well may be a thing, which is totally fine. If he does want to go into PF to at least learn it, and then we bring him in to finish it up, I'm totally cool with that. I just want to make sure that, like, before Axie, and I know Axie was like, oh, I don't need my chest piece, I don't need to be this, I don't, blah blah blah, but like, she's been here with it. Like, I want her to get like the mount and her weapon and her chest piece. Like, I want her to have that before she goes, and then hopefully she will be back for 6.4, but I don't know, so I might have a healing.
So in other words, 6.4, Jordan might be here as a healer. I don't know. Jenny is.
No, I
not
know, and I
liking
don't.
this
Yeah, I
a
don't
lot.
want to. You know, push come to shove. Maybe what I'll do is I'll see if we can get another healer.
BF Kun?
Well, I might want to actually take a break from raiding, but if you guys needed somebody, like, your group would be the group that I would come and help with for any length of period of time. It's just, it feels like I have no more
Trust
free
me,
time.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm glad
So-
that we, like, the other group is talking about just skipping into 8, and we're just gonna be doing 8. So that'll definitely free up some time if we can do just 8 on a Wednesday and call it for the week. I would be super excited about
Yeah.
that, to be perfectly honest.
hmm That's why I brought that up. I was like, do we just want to start skipping?
I've been amazed that you guys have been dual grouping for so long.
Let me tell you, by the time
So
I
why-
get to
why
Friday
not?
morning, I'm really pooped. Like, cause
I
Like, other than alt jobs, I guess.
Sorry, what was the question, Sky?
What's up?
I said, why not skip? Other
Well,
than,
and
like,
that's the
alt
thing is
jobs?
you have to right now, like, you can't just skip into 8. You have to bring somebody in that's already cleared 5, 6, and 7 to take you in, and you do get a warning that says something along the lines of like, if you skip to this fight, you're gonna lose your chance at loot for the other fights. So that's why. And yeah, like gearing up alt jobs and everything. And the nice thing is because our group is now consistently getting to 8. The other group can benefit by just taking our free ride into 8. So
Yeah. And I think that's what the big thing was too before is there was no consistent way of getting into 8 without begging someone on PF or
I
someone
think at
in
least like
FC.
we could beg like, well, actually we wouldn't even necessarily be able to beg Faye these days. They're not doing reclears. They're back into Dragon Song. So
Yeah.
yeah. So and I mean, like, I like raiding, so it doesn't bug me any, but I am also super masochistic, and I know Jordan is not on the same wavelength of masochism as I am when it comes to raiding, so
Like I like raiding, but this is the longest I've spent on a game because I usually play hard for a couple of months and then drop it like a hot potato,
become the raid logger.
and then I'll pick it up. Yeah, like even
So-
then I would probably cancel my sub.
Just trying to think.
Again, at least for us, like, we benefit from the fact that we're not playing the same job for 5 hours a night. Like, we go in and we played one job for a couple hours and then we switch it up to a completely different role. So I think that's probably what's helped a lot, because obviously, like, I go from healing to DPSing, Jordan goes from DPSing to healing, and vice versa. So, like, we get to see, like, different facets of the fight, and we have to think differently for them, which sometimes is not really good for callouts, especially when I'm tired. The other group suffers a little bit, so... But I do have to watch myself sometimes with the other group, because I know, like, when I start getting tired in that group, I start getting real snippy. So I do have to occasionally be like, wow, I'm really being a bitch. I need to calm down.
No, because then that's where I come in and I start yelling at Miro, and everything is
and
right
again,
in the
it's
world.
also like that weird thing too, where like that group benefits from like stern talking to, versus like you guys benefit from like the serotonin, good feeling, good job comments. So I don't know.
So, all right. So here's another thing, and it's not a irritated question. I guess it's more of a motivated question. So I wanted to preface that. So I know that we obviously speak a lot of bad about Miro, and I know that we have spoken a lot about, you know, how it's just his inconsistency, where, you know, on his bad days I am better than him, on his good days he's better than me. But what, and again, it's not a competition, but what are my downfalls to be able to equalize
It's
that?
just the
would you
little
say?
things that
Or,
we've
like, bring my
talked about in
ceiling
regards
up.
to tanking, like making sure you're throwing your intervention on Zad, making sure you're being consistent about doing your reprisals, figuring out where to throw up divine
laziness, I'm being
veil
honest.
in butt wings, like on your own. Like, I obviously don't have to tell Miro like, oh yeah, make sure you fucking hard light here, you piece of shit. Like, obviously, like, I do that with you because that's something you are still grasping the concept of, because it's so, I don't want to necessarily say it's so new to you, but like WoW doesn't have those things, right? Like, but Final Fantasy does. So, and on Miro's good days, like, he does execute mechanics to perfection. I don't have to worry about things like him putting on his tank stance for P6 and accidentally killing someone, or like just little things like that. Like, you are not far behind Miro now that you have kind of grown up a little bit in the raid environment, but like Miro just has more experience. But that's also why, like, when he's bad, he's really bad because you're consistent. Like, the worst thing you still do to this day is just occasionally forgetting your tank stance on P6. That is really the worst thing you do, and I can't really even give you that much shit about it these days. Yeah, game sense. Game sense is a good word for it. Like, because like you fucked up and you try to fix it, but the problem is like P6 Tank Buster is unforgiving. So like I watched you try to fix it because you saw you didn't have second in aggro when the Tank Buster came out.
The phrase
Yeah.
bullshit mechanics.
So
That has always been a peeve of mine. Not that I get it, it's a frustration in the moment for folks.
Yeah, I tried going to the
it's one of
But
those
yeah.
things where like I think P6's
So what do you
Jordan, you're
mean,
lagging.
Zed?
So yeah. So I know people like, and I've had this in prior groups too, like
Oh, his
area
power
and
went
stuff
out,
like
right?
that. Like they get hit. Get hit by something, and it's like, oh, I was out of that, or bullshit mechanics. It's like, it's typically pretty consistent.
Yeah, no,
You were
and
just wrong.
that's kind of the nice thing about this group too, is this group isn't really big on like that was such a bullshit mechanic, like, which is nice because
Yeah.
like most of the time, yeah, it's not a bullshit mechanic. Now I will say there is inconsistency in this raid tier when it does come to the Tank Buster on when you can be second on aggro, because obviously you go from P6 where you have to be second in aggro before the Tank Buster cast even starts, but then you go to P7 where if you're second in aggro while the cast is going off, you can save it. So like, and that's
Right. But that's it's consistent
Correct,
within the
yeah.
fight itself.
so.
It's just something you have to
Yeah.
know
And
about
like,
that.
and again, it also probably doesn't help that like P6 is the only one where you have to be really cognizant about your tank stance, because like in 5 you have the entire first cast of that Tank Buster, right? And then
I'm trying to think of the fight that I had like in a certain place in my opener in last year.
probably 3 would be my
P3?
guess, yeah. Because
Yeah.
1's Tank Buster was whatever, 2's Tank Buster you took solo, or Smurf took solo, or you did end up taking it together, so like 1 and 2 wasn't an issue. So yeah, 3 is the only one I can think of, because 4 we just invulned the first one, invulned the second one, and invulned the third one. So, and then his Tank Busters for the second phase were dual Tank Busters, but they came so late it didn't matter.
Yeah, I think
three-
3 I think
three's
was the
the
one where
big
I
one.
needed to be second on
Yes,
aggro.
yeah, you needed to
at
be
a
second
certain
on
point.
aggro. Actually, no,
yeah,
because
It was like no, was that
it must have been
that was
4. Yeah,
That's
because
before phase 1.
3 was the
That's
tethers.
4 phase 1. Yeah, 4 phase 1, because it was at 22 seconds into my opener. I always had to have tank stance up where I was.
Yeah, because you had to
just not-
vote to then do the Pinex mechanic after Smarf invulned the Tank Buster. So he took both the hits, and then you had to vote, and then you had to prep for Pinex.
So I guess long story short, just so, and it's really, I guess it's more from the perspective of I want to get better, because like you said, I know that I'm consistent. It's just I want to be consistent
Well,
and
that's the thing.
better.
Like, I can't even say necessarily like these days, like Miro is so much better than you, because he's really not on his good days. It's just he has more of that game sense and knowing like the little things. It's really just the little things now. Like, you got the big things. You got the rotation. You got the tank swaps for the most part. You got the mechanics as we're learning them. And I will admit, I will be the first one to admit, Jordan and I specifically said the person who is going to have the most issues, or the person that's going to cause the most deaths in phase 2, we said was going to be you, because I was absolutely confident you would forget to restack with Zad for the autos after Tank Busters, but you've yet to do that. So I'm really proud about you. But Jordan and I, hands down, we were like, Sky is probably going to cause the most deaths because of those autos, and you have not done it yet, which already makes you better than Miro and Mark. Facts.
Well, and again, it's not necessarily. I guess I only use Miro because of the sheer amount of like
Right, and it's
comments
probably
made
a little
about
bit
him, but like
unfair
it's
on
really
our
more
part to
of a.
bitch as much as we do. But like Miro, is the sense of frustration in that group from Jordan and I's perspective when it comes to re-clearing content, and especially when it came to progging 8. Because, again, he doesn't communicate. I've died because of his lack of communication or lack of moving, because he's my partner in phase 1 for the most part. And then he's caused wipes in phase 2 by just not being in the right spot and not communicating that he was not in the right spot. So, like...
Right. And that's why I'm like, I hate to use him as the guinea pig or the point of comparison, so to speak, but I guess it's from the sheer fact that that the comparison is also
right,
been
like, yeah, like I can say,
on his
you know,
best days
like Mark
So,
has
like-
screwed up too. She's not perfect. I'm not perfect. I've definitely screwed up. Jordan's not perfect. Like, no one
Right.
in our group is perfect. But the thing is a lot of the people in the other group, they'll say like, "Oh shit, I fucked up," and then we know like, oh, okay, you know, it was an accident. They screwed up. But like with Miro, because there's no communication, it's like, okay, what happened there? And then it's like, oh, well, Miro wasn't in the right spot. And then it's like, oh, well, okay, kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess really the brass tacks of it is just wanting to get better so that my ceiling is higher. Like, I know right now my floor and my ceiling are pretty close, I'd say. Just because of my consistency. But like, obviously I'd like my ceiling to be higher, or to be like, yeah, there's really not much for you to improve, or, you know, whatever. Like, obviously you can always get better, but
Right.
you
And
know
the
what I
thing
mean
is
by
really like, is just developing more synergy with Zad, developing more synergy with the healers and the raid group overall. But that's not really something where I can be like, yes, I can pinpoint exactly here where you're synergy. Like, that's just something you develop over time while raiding with these people.
Yeah, like, that's the thing too. Like, and Zad, by all means, point stuff out if you find them, especially as a co-tank or whatever you want to consider ourselves. But like tonight when you were like, I'm just gonna go here and blah blah. Like, I knew exactly what you were doing too. So like, just little things that if you find where, hey, if you did this, it would be better for us, or, you know, whatever else. I'm always open to input.
I'll toss it out.
But like, the nice thing about where our raid group is currently is we had, I don't want to say we had a lot of passive aggressiveness last raid tier, but it was there. And now the people who have caused the passive aggressiveness are not really here now. So, and overall, the vibe of the raid group is a lot more cheery. Like, I know if Smarf was probably still in the raid group, we would not dick around nearly as much as we do. But like, at the same time, like, we're still clearing content. Like, Smarf would get, like, anytime like we'd be dicking around and we'd like, if we were dicking around and we had that wipe on P6 like we did earlier, you'd hear a passive aggressive sigh from Smarf or something like that. So like, we don't have,
Which consequently made me get pissed.
so like, we don't have that anymore. Jordan seems to be in a little bit of a better place, because Jordan was also kind of a little bit more passive aggressive than he is these days. But I think the fact that Smarf is no longer around and the fact that we're joking around more just kind of lifts his spirits up a little bit. I did not know that him and Rio had as much issues, but I mean, I also thought the raid group was great last raid tier until I got a bombshell thrown in my lap, and I was like, oh, this is awkward.
Well, again, I love hanging out with Rio. It's always been for limited stints, because he does not stay subbed for this long typically. This is like that was the very longest I think he's ever been subbed. He typically comes back for major patches, like grinds it out in Party Finder, and, you know, gets stuff, goes into a raid group to get orange parses, and kind of wanders away for a little while. Like, last time I was in raid group with him before this was Gordius. Back in Heavensward. We had Bubble Butt Breaker
Oh,
group.
good old Bubble Butt. Breaker of raid groups. Near and far.
He was Black Mage then.
Samurai did not exist.
Yeah. I don't know. I
But
guess
yeah,
that's my thing.
He chatters. And I'm sorry if I got short with you ever, Skyder and stuff. He chattered a lot during raid, which was very distracting. So that's why, like Jordan, I typically turned him down a lot because I would just screw shit up every pull.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to
Rio
him.
does chit chat a lot, and it did help when we asked him to go to push to talk. Because a lot of it too was just like sound effects while raiding, and that were a little distracting. So because he had voice activation.
I think what you guys need is
Yeah, I think he was using his
I don't know.
iPhone. I think something like that.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna say never, because I definitely have had my short moments and like pissy nights and whatever else. But I try to usually, like, especially with AV, I let her know ahead of time, like, hey, it's not a good night.
And the thing
so
is like if
let's
people
try to
if
hedge
people
our
let me know
bets.
ahead of time like they're not having a good night, I won't poke fun at them. I'll just let them be like that. The one night where you were real pissed and like there was a mechanic that you straight up fucked up, I didn't say a word. I just let it happen, and we went back in and killed the boss.
See, like that's the funny thing too. Like I say funny, but like even in my noobishness to Final Fantasy rating, I tend to more often than not know that I fucked up. Like I might not know why I did or what I did wrong or what I need to do on the back end of that, but like I tend to always know, like, well, clearly I did something wrong.
And that's the first step to getting better.
But I guess my thing is realistically the other side of it, or like another reason why I want to get my ceiling higher or to be better at the game from a tanking perspective or whatever, but at least obviously right now I'm playing tank, is, you know, ultimately we've had, ironically and punny enough, we've spoken about going back into ultimates and things like that. And if and when that does ever happen, and if and when I am brought in, not saying I will be and not being like, bring me, but like if that does happen, like I don't want to be, or the difference between my skills in Savage versus what I need to have skills in Ultimate, like I want to be up to the challenge.
Welcome back,
or up,
Jordan.
you know what I mean?
Don't do Ultimate. Ultimate's a joke. It's all just a big, ugly,
It's
horrible,
not-
nasty
okay,
joke.
We had a bad experience with
No. That's my ex-wife, Jordan.
We did. We had a bad time with T because we just went in at a bad time, and then there were holidays, and then we tried to go back in, and like it was just bad. DSR went way better than T.
Mm-hmm. DSR went better, but I would have definitely liked to do
so-
one that was a
Right,
little more
like
entry
I
level
do
ultimate.
think the next step for Ultimate really is going back to do Uwu and just get our feet wet with Uwu.
Yeah. Because that was what, 4 months?
Yeah.
4 months of that much investment to get that far in was no.
But it also didn't help that like we had a healer that wasn't very motivated to do it, and then I had to get another healer. So, like, I think if we had had if we had had Axie from the start, that would have gone way better.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, it was a breath of fresh air when we swapped out.
But like the thing about Ultimate though, Sky, is like if you can clear Savage and you can clear Savage competently, which I believe you can, the step into Ultimate is not that big of a step. You've done Mythic rating. Ultimate is comparable to an end boss Mythic boss. Like, it is comparable in that difficulty. There is a lot more personal responsibility in Ultimate, and there's a, like, the nice thing about P8S Phase 2 is if you can do the if and or mechanics in P8S Phase 2, you can probably do the if and or mechanics in Savage. I even said this to the other group when we first got in there after I had made the guide, and I was like, this boss, specifically P8S Phase 2, is a really good eye-opener and doorway into Ultimate rating. Because it has a lot of those mechanics. More so than any other mechanic vomit boss that we've had previously, IMO. So the thing is with Ultimate, we would have to take Sky. Now, granted, we'd have to take Sky back to clear 04 and 08. I can solo 04 because I did it the other night, surprisingly. So that wouldn't be too hard. And then 08 will be the questionable one. And then we would have to do E4 to unlock all the ultimates at some point in time. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, you bet the Bronto.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, at the end of the day, I don't want to be the reason why we can't progress in a fight like that.
Have
If
yet,
I'm brought
like,
in.
and if it ever gets to the point where like you are the reason we are not progressing for whatever reason, that's when Raid Mommy Tutor Hour comes into hand. And that's where you and I, because I've done this before, I've done this with an entire raid group, we did this for DSR, we will go into turn 4 and we will walk through the mechanics and we will figure out what's not making sense, we will figure out what needs to be done better, and we will go from there. And it works, it's great.
Can I shoot?
But like, I can't tell you like in the heat of the moment like what you need to be doing better, aside from like, you know, if Zad's taking a lot of autos, throw an intervention on him or something like that. So.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can
definitely.
shoot this T-Rex.
The only time, honestly, that I've been using intervention for the most part is like those moments when it's like, oh shit, no Zad, and I'll be like, boom,
Yeah,
intervention,
like
and throw
the
it
big
on him.
thing is like
But like otherwise,
getting into the
I haven't
habit
been.
of throwing an intervention on Zad. Because in Ultimate, you definitely need a lot of mitigation. Lot of mitigation. And that's why I think also like where like if you do make the switch to Gunbreaker will be a little bit easier for you because you can't Heart of Corundrum both yourself and your co-tank, right? It's like if your co-tank is taking like the Tank Buster plus autos right after, that's where you do like 2 decent cooldowns on yourself and then throw your Heart of Corundrum on your main tank so that way they have a little bit extra for the autos that are coming afterwards, right? Or something like that. Obviously doesn't work well for like P7, but works great for P5 and 6, so. And phase 1 of 8.
Yeah, I guess I'm worried about the switch, and it's more of the just gaining more experience with it, but that's also kind of like the crutch that's holding me back too, is like I need to gain the experience, but I'm too worried because I don't have the experience to go and try, you know. It's like
Do you know what we would say in
Fucking
situations
let him
like
die.
that?
do it.
Well, no, like seriously, do it. If we spend a whole day in there because you're trying to learn a new class, then we'll say, well, we spent a whole day. For the next 2 days, let's go back to Paladin to get the clears, and then that 1 day will turn into a clear on that fight, and then it'll just go forward.
It's
Like-
not even a job thing though, Jordan. It's a tank mentality thing. Knowing like
But- okay, there's a mentality for that.
yeah.
Quit being a little bitch. Just, like, I say that jokingly, but yeah, it's kind of one of those things.
Just set up the buttons all the same, and they're all
and
the
that's
same.
the
it's
thing,
fine.
they are,
Oh,
but
they
again,
are.
All my
it's going
healers
back
are.
They
to
are. It's just going through that rotation. Like so here's the biggest thing. One, Paladin is so scripted that it's almost like once you have it, it's mind-numbing to play. But Gunbreaker is very, I guess, cyclical, rotational. Like it's hard to say. Like it's hard to kind of put a word to it. It's just
yeah,
it's just
there is
different.
a certain flow to Gunbreaker that Paladin
But-
does not experience. But again, it's not even a rotation thing, right? It's you getting used to using things like interventions, Heart of Corundrums, Auroras, even with Gunbreaker on people when they need it, recognizing when they need it, and that's something like
like I can do those things on Paladin
Do them
to a
better.
degree because I know. Right. You know what I mean? It's just like I can do them because I know Paladin.
Right, like obviously, like I'm not going to
rotation,
expect
everything
you
looks
to do
to the
it
back
on
of my hand.
Gunbreaker when you're not so much relearning the fight, but when you're figuring the fight out on Gunbreaker. I'm not going to worry about you fucking using Heart of Corundum on Zad for a solo tank buster or whatever. Like, I'm not worried about that. But if you are on Paladin, I would expect that you are at the point now where you should be trying to use intervention to the best of your ability.
So here's the other thing too, and Zad, this might be just a me and you conversation thing, is sometimes I don't know when, like for instance, understanding Dark Knight plus understanding Zad Dark Knight is like Keelix Synergy, for instance. Like I could intervention you, but I believe that you're immuning it or something. So like, is that even beneficial to
He's
use
not like
there?
I'm not
the
actually
Chelic
immune.
synergies. He doesn't. He just kitchen sinks all of his cooldowns. And if you were to intervention him, that means the bleed take later on is not going to hit him as hard, which means I don't have to throw resources on him as much. Fact.
Right. But those are kinds of the things that I don't that sometimes hold me back, being like, well, Zad'll be fine because he's immuning, or Zad'll be whatever,
No,
you know.
like-
So
That'll be fine because he likes those low numbers.
right, that's the other thing. Like, I
Yeah.
know Zad likes basically being
Yes.
dead, but not dead.
He likes to be
So
living
like, part of
dead,
me is
lol.
like, no, I don't want to.
Living Dead.
I'm like, I don't necessarily want to like crush this.
I mean,
guy's
I was
brain,
like that when
but-
I was Paladin.
Yeah,
too.
but it's also, it's one of those things too where like, don't worry about whether or not Zad is going to be fine. Worry about actually doing it. Just, even if you don't think he needs it, just get in the habit of practicing it. Because it will make you, it'll make you better at doing it, first of all, and it will hopefully, why am I getting, oh, are you trading this to your alt? Okay.
Yeah.
Like it just helps overall, and like recognizing when to use it is helpful. The thing that you would need to be like, I'm not going to expect you to like one day all of a sudden like show up to raid and be like my style Paladin where I keep an eye on every fucking one, and the second I see someone get hit with something they're not supposed to get hit, I throw an intervention on them. Like that, you're probably not gonna get there anytime soon. But it is helpful to start practicing it on at least your co-tank. And like throwing stuff like intervention on people on like DPS, or if it's a tank healer combo, throwing it on the healer when they get the purple, so that way they're taking less damage type dealio.
I think I could talk to you about that too, because I typically you could do like priority. So like I go from the bottom of the party up when I do oblations,
Thank you.
and I could have you go from top down.
I think you can just put it
Yeah.
right over it.
Because like I honestly like for the purples in P8S phase 2, I honestly look at if Aro gets it, I 100% every time Holy Shelter on him because
Yes.
he's like the squishiest. And then usually it's like if Voss or Gopher, like they get, I'd say if they get to about half health and they're not getting like an immediate heal, you know, I throw Holy Shelter on them.
I don't know. That's too much thinking for me to do in the middle of the fight, so I just do it on the
Yeah.
bottom up.
Yeah.
So just so I'm consistent about it,
But,
because if I put too many conditions on it, I'm gonna lose out and not do it.
I guess I just kind of keep during that phase. I just keep looking at them, and if I see like they need some healing in or mitigation, I throw it on them.
Yeah, but how do you know that they need it?
I'm pretty sure he can't get up.
Because
Just-
typically if it's my stuff is mitigation, so yours is too.
Mitigation and
Yeah,
healing.
he's
I mean,
got a
little bit
regen
of healing,
associated
but-
with
Yeah.
his, so like it's a little bit different. Like for you, rather than throwing
Yeah,
an
but, like-
oblation, it would be like throwing a TBN.
Yeah. I like the oblation because you can put it on prior to the damage going out, and you're
So like that's my thoughts on it. That's usually what I do, but with that even said, it's like a lot of times you look and they don't need it, or at least it doesn't seem like they need it. So I don't use it. And then the other piece of it is knowing that I need to at least have 50 to be able to cover myself on some of the tank busters. You know, so it's like trying to play that medium or intermediate game, and that's what I mean, I understand it. It's just more of a
right, and that's kind of the hard thing too. Like especially during the purple phase, like you're not gonna see me hard cast a heal on somebody. You'll see Axie hard cast a heal on somebody, but the majority of my healing there, with the exception of the Numa that I throw out, and even then most of the time it's a swift cast Numa, like is gonna be instacast. So like need is a very strong word, but again, it's also one of those things like practicing doing it, because there were a lot of times where like Zad and I were in DSR and I would practice doing something and recognize like, okay, if I do this here, I don't have it here where I need it. So I either need to do it earlier or I can't do it at all type deal. So
yeah, that's another one of the intricacies in game sense and planning type things. Like in like P8S phase 1, if it's snakes first, I have to missionary right after the second set of snakes goes out. If I don't, I won't have it up for the centaur earths. It'll be
and like that's something that like we do with Shield Samba and that I do with Carachol as well, because I have to shift my Carachols a little bit earlier for like all 3 of the Carachols that I do between the end of Snake and the start of Centaur, so that's fun.
Well, that's, I mean, and this is in no way, shape, or form a slight on you, Zad, by any means. But I know, and maybe it's just these are the way that these fights are supposed to go. But like sometimes it's, you know, I'm just almost like just a tank buster taker, and then like just DPSing. So like sometimes that's where it's like, the only time I really need defensives is when I have to take a tank buster with you. Otherwise, I'm just basically a shitty DPS.
Yeah.
So off tank.
That I hate to say it, that's exactly off tank.
Right. So, but that's why I'm like and I hate using it as a comparison tool, but like in WoW, that's not really a thing. It's like you're constantly taunting off of the other person, and then you're the main tank and they're the off, you know, and it's constantly swapping. But like
this tier,
some of these fights aren't, or at least the way that we do them.
This tier is very particular.
This tier
there
doesn't
have
have
definitely
that.
been raid tiers where like there is a lot more tank swapping.
Ultimatum. Oh, remember Ultimatum tier? Oh man, those are fun.
And yeah, so like this raid tier is a little bit particular about that. Even last raid tier, there wasn't a whole, like, with the exception of like P3S ads, like it felt like there weren't, the tank busters were nicely spread out to where like, yeah, you didn't really use your tank cooldowns. But again, it's also one of those things too where like, what else could you be doing during the fight that's not necessarily for you or Zad, but for the party as a whole? Throwing out those divine veils, positioning yourself for a butt wings potentially, throwing out an intervention on a DPS that maybe just died and got res, like those little things. Like you could be doing more than just what you're doing, but I can't tell you where to do more. That's something you kind of have to figure out for yourself, because you have to experiment and have to get the game sense. I did not get as good as I am doing the things I'm doing by not fucking around and playing around and fucking around and finding out. That's for sure.
I guess my thing with that, I guess, is more it's more of, so how do I say it? It's less of a being able to do it and more of a knowing what to be able to do. Like, what are
And
these
again,
intricacies?
you're
like,
only gonna
I'm
figure that out by
ignorant to
doing it
things.
yourself. I cannot tell you. If you and I were both playing Paladin, I can tell you, yeah, if you use fucking intervention here, you have this amount of time to get enough fucking gauge to then holy Sheltron for this tank buster coming up. But I'm not playing Paladin, so I can't tell you.
Well, it's one of the
Well,
reasons why I've been
no,
getting
not
low
that, no,
on
not that.
the one tank buster, because I've learned over time to like build my cooldowns up. So find out what the minimum amount I need is for the healers to be comfortable through a given thing, so that I have those cooldowns available for other windows, and I can go, well, if I use Shadow Wall here, do I have Rampart available and I can use it earlier? Rampart you can use more often.
Right. No, it's
So, like,
more.
can I just throw that into a lot of auto attack phase or something?
Right. I guess what I mean is it's more like I would have never thought about the interventioning somebody who just got res so they don't die again, or like just I wouldn't know to even quote unquote experiment with those things.
And
I
that
don't
just
think
comes
they
with
do it that way.
that just comes down to getting used to everything with your job.
But with that said, I don't think I would even know. Like if you didn't just say that, I don't think I would ever think or know to even contemplate that thought. Regardless, like if you hadn't said that, I don't think would have thought to intervention.
What, intervention someone when they come up from being dead?
I don't think I ever in a million years would have thought to do that on my own without you just saying.
I mean,
that.
again,
And that's where my downfall. That's what I'm saying. Those are the things that I don't know, and I would never know if not said to me in the current state of things.
Again, it just comes down to the comfortability with your class. Like with me with Sage, when I left this group and went to the other one, I don't want to say I had to basically relearn it, but with not having an Astro, I'm able to use a lot more of my skills, and basically there's no wall. I have 3 things that raise everybody up to max that I can use whenever. Now it's okay, I have to use this to help this out. Oh shit, I bought the wrong fucking things.
Yeah, unfortunately, like a lot of the things that like we're telling you are things that we've learned over time. It's not something that I would say not necessarily came naturally to all of us per se. I don't. Ooh, you okay?
Let me say this. The first time I raided was on Paladin. Do you think I stance that entire raid tier? Hell no. Did I slowly get used to it? Yeah. But it's just clearing things with what you're used to and then experimenting from there.
That's where I feel like, and that's why I guess I ask, is because I feel like I'm beginning to plateau, if that makes sense. And that's why I'm like, hey, what can I do to improve? Because I know that I'm not. I know that I'm not at like obviously the top of the job, you know what I mean? And there's plenty of better paladins in the world than me by far. But like, I also think that I'm at a point where I've mildly explored all of the things that I would have thought about. And then it's like these just little nuancy things like, hey, you could have done this here and that would have done this and it would have helped me out and Zad wouldn't be so low going into the space, blah, 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 blah. Like things that just never would pass through my head ever.
And again, I'm going to say it's you getting used to all of your abilities and trying to figure out what you can do with them. As dancer being able to double tap improv I can tell you, Avi
Oh, that's
doesn't
also
do that
kinda
in the other
lazy.
group.
Could I do it? Probably, but I help enough in that raid group as it is with callouts.
Yeah, but I'm a lot more of the, I guess you would say I'm the more supportive of the two of us when it comes to our dancer
Like,
play
I'll
styles.
figure out like the little nuancy things, like where you can put shield samba to cover 3 skills and blah blah blah. But like, yeah, I'll probably never. The only time I will ever actively use improv is if there's a point where I cannot target the boss. So,
Yeah.
Anywho, what was I saying?
And I always find ways to throw that shit in there in between GCDs.
I think the reason I can't do improv there, and this will become prevalent like when we are doing a proper opener, is I have just enough time to sneak in a standard step before he transitions. I think, yeah.
I've noticed that because my standard set's coming off of like cooldown with like 5 seconds
So
to go.
that's why I can't do it.
So
anyways, but
Yeah.
like, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, kind of rebuttaling to like what Jordan was saying too is like, I feel like to a degree, like I know what my abilities.
I think it's just raid awareness, because
don't think
like
there's an
one thing that
ability.
like would be really good to do that I've never been like, Sky, you need to fucking do this shit right now, like because we haven't really had this issue come up, but like in the event that we are in P7 and Zad dies for whatever reason, you can cover whoever is second in aggro, and you can take both the autos until somebody is up, until Zad's back up to Voke to get first and second in aggro on the tanks. Like, you could do something like that, but like,
That right. But I think at one point too, and maybe this is just where it like sits in my head and then doesn't change, is like our discussions, and it's like, yeah, you're like,
and that's the thing is like,
just cover. And then like there's those moments where it's like, well, you
in a
could use
very
cover.
like
But I'm,
realistic
like, stuck on
scenario, yeah, cover will never be used. But then there are little weird niche things like that where, yeah, cover is a good option, but like it's either cover is a good option, or you just
Right.
holy shelter on them just to give them a little bit of mitigation while we're getting the other person up, or whatever. Not holy shelter on intervention, same difference. God, I wish they would make that button the same thing. But I digress.
The part of me, I know you said that, but I don't see how that would be
it is,
beneficial.
don't worry. Like, it's one of those things where, like, for me, and this is just how I have it set up, I don't have separate buttons for things like macroing a TBN for my code tank or whatever. Like, my TBN is set in a certain priority where it's mouse over first, and then target, and then me, all in the same macro, and it works great. And I have actually just mouse over and me, not target. And I have the same thing for Oblation, the same thing for Heart of Corundrum, and it works fantastically. So if I need to do a split second, like Oblation, not myself, but somebody else, or TBN someone and not myself, I just mouse over them and it works fine. But like with Paladin, I had these 2 separate buttons that literally do the same fucking thing, that if they just was one button, I could just have one button. Like, it just drives me nuts is all. It's like, for other people, I could see why they like having 2. It just drives me nuts. And it's going to be arguably even worse once Paladin gets Bulwark back, because now I got to figure out where the fuck to put Bulwark.
I don't have a single
good luck.
fucking button on my Paladin
That is the
bars.
main reason I want Holy Sheltron and Intervention to be one button, because then Holy Sheltron will just take the place of Intervention, Sentinel and Rampart will move one button over, and Bulwark will go where my fucking Rampart button is right now.
I can tell you exactly where it probably will end
So,
up going.
am I glad they're giving Bulwark back? Absolutely. I know it's going to be different than what it was, but it'll be nice to have another defensive cooldown on Paladin. Or I could probably just shift passage up and it'll be fine. But regardless, like, it's still there's no reason to have them be separate buttons, in my personal opinion. There is no good reason anyway. other than the fact that it's a leftover from Heavensward.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess moral of the story, long story short, TLDR, is I want to become better, but I feel like sometimes I don't know what I need to do to become better.
And that's one of those things where, like, I can't really tell you now what you need to do to be better, because these are just the... Well, not only am I not playing it, but, like, these are the little things that I don't think about. I just have that quick reaction to do type deal. Like, or I've experimented and I know, like, how to do it. Like, I don't... like, really a lot of it is coming down to experimentation. Like, when I learned that I could use Macrocosmos as a benediction for Zad back in P4S, that was me experimenting and hoping to God it was going to work. And it did, and it was great. I didn't know it was going to work when I tried it, but it did. And that's when I learned the glory that was Macrocosmos. So, like, I don't know, it's really just having really good knowledge of your job without having to really think about it, and then having really good raid awareness and figuring out when you could do something to help. Like, don't wait for, like, the healers to be like, oh, I need you to do this. Like, just do it. Grats.
Right. But, like, alright, so I think, I don't want to say that we have a disconnect, but I think it's like, from my perspective, it's not, I can't just do it because I don't know like, to do it.
I don't know how to teach that to you, unfortunately, other than just telling you to go into Party Finder and figure it out. Like, I can't really teach you, unfortunately. Yeah, Nascent Flash, oh yeah, that's one of those things.
Well, but that's what I mean, like, going into PF wouldn't do it either. Like,
let me rephrase.
It doesn't matter.
Going into PF, not on
where
Paladin.
I did it.
Figuring out where things hit harder for the raid group on a DPS, or if you're feeling real frisky on a healer, and figuring out where you have troubles healing something. Maybe your actual healers might have trouble healing something. Now, I will say, you have me and Axie as your healers, and you're probably not going to run into that issue with us, because we'll tell you when we need something, and for the most part, we can cover what we don't need. So, like, and that's kind of like a little bit of a disadvantage for you, is like, you are coming into a raid group that is very experienced with this game. So, like, we have a lot of that little nuancy knowledge that just, it's something we've gained over time, and we can't really teach it to you, unfortunately, because we don't know how to teach it, because we just know it.
It's just like in WoW. How long have you been playing WoW for?
Since vanilla.
And what is your main class in WoW?
It was Druid for the longest time, but at the highest level it was...
Okay, so let's talk about Druid then, because you know Druid and I know Druid. What spec Druid did you play? You played Balance, right? Okay, so...
Yeah.
When did you, like, something like Innervate, right? Like, when did you know to use it? You were watching the Party Finder, or not the Party Finder, but you were watching the party, you probably innervated your healers, right? But, like, how... Right, but, like, how did you know to do that?
It just, again, it was one. So, two things with that, I'll say. One, I would use Innervate in a situation, usually on a Disc Priest, if we had one. And it would usually be when they have to pump out their heals in a big, like, massive damage situation. It's just knowing how that works.
How would you know when that was coming up? Like, you just learned it by basically doing it, right?
Yes, but now here's the kicker, and here's the difference in what I'm saying in Final Fantasy versus this WoW comparison, is I know what Innervate does, and there's not, like, it does what it does. There's not two ways about it. Like, it allows things to be mana free, and it
same
give
thing
a
with your skills.
Like, that's
intervention
just,
does what
is.
intervention does. There's no two ways about that skill. It does what it does.
But the thing with that is it uses resources of something else that I may or may not need to use. And this, like, these are the things where it's like, it's not the what does intervention do and how can you use intervention. Like, it's more of a, like, a perfect example, like you said earlier, hey, when somebody gets rezzed, you could use intervention here and it would help them to take less damage and blah, 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 blah until they get healed up. Like, those are the things that I know what intervention does, and I know that you can use intervention to help mitigate, but I would never have thought to use it in that manner.
But
It
that's
has
the same thing with.
multiple uses.
But that's the same thing with the druid, though, that we were saying. You pump that one skill into the healer at that certain point when you knew they were going to be casting a whole shit ton of heals, right?
Right, but you would never use that for any other reason.
Okay,
That's why
Innervate
I'm trying
probably
to-
was
it
not
has
the super
one
great example,
purpose.
but again, it's one of those things.
And I don't know
Right,
WoW
but again,
well enough.
it's
to
one of those things.
really-
Okay, well, how about like bark skin, like putting bark skin on somebody? Did you ever do that in WoW?
On balance, you couldn't put it on another person. But on
Yes.
Resto Druid, you could. And yes, I mean, I basically used bark skin when there was medium damage, not spiky damage, just to help mitigate things.
Right.
On
So
whomever
now,
needed
again,
it.
we do have a raid group that is pretty consistent. They generally don't get hit by things, so they generally are not going to take a bone stack. But in the event that you saw that somebody had like 1 or 2 bone stacks that wasn't Zad, you would probably want to think maybe I should use intervention on them to help reduce some of that healing or some of that damage that they're going to take. Now, granted, I understand the concept of like intervention takes gauge. It does, as does Holy Sheltron. But again, that's where you need to learn and practice with it to see, okay, I know there's a tank buster coming up soon. If I use an intervention here, is that going to throw me off for using a Holy Sheltron? And if it does, let us know. And then you know for the next time, you can't use Holy Sheltron or intervention anytime between X and this tank buster. Like, that's just stuff you have to practice. And if you fuck up, it's okay, because you're really not fucking up. As long as you have another cooldown and I have a shield on you, you're most likely not gonna die. With the exception of maybe the tank buster from phase 2. But at the same time, like, if it happens, it happens. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. So, like, you have to be willing to experiment, to try things. And, like, granted, yes, I know you don't necessarily know, like, where are good places to try things, but most of the time it's not gonna hurt. Most of the time it's gonna help. It's not gonna hurt.
And if you don't think we would be accepting of that, take a look at Voss today. Voss was like, there was that
killed,
one.
like, all of it. He killed you, Zad, and
he killed
himself
everybody.
because he said he was
And
trying to do
what did he
opener.
say? He said he was trying to do something. And no one yelled at him for that. If you're trying to better yourself, we're really not going
I
to.
mean, Zad might.
No,
get
if you do
killed,
something
but-
that's
not a
No, I'm
fear.
just teasing.
well, that's
I mean-
different.
Well, honestly, it's not the fear of, I mean, if you guys don't know me at this point, I'm not worried about anybody saying something to me, because at the end of the day, I have my opinion and I have my thought, and you know, it is what it is. But like, it's more of the just knowing to do it. Like, we bring up, like, here's a good example of things. You know, we bring up of knowing when to use butt wings or knowing when to use divine veil. Like, I could definitely think of times to use it. I mean, I've had moments where I've thought, hey, you know, this might not be a bad place to do this or that or whatever. But then there's two things. One, doing maybe not divine veil per se, but like butt wings will take a GCD for the most part. So like, is it better to just do the DPS versus that? You know, in those are where I get caught in those thoughts. Divine Veil, I think of like a bop for a paladin tank in WoW. Like, can I use it? Sure, but is it something that's needed or not? It's usually one of those things that in WoW rating, it would be called. It would say, all right, we need, you know, Sky's bop here on said person. So like, figuring out when to use it, sure. Like, could I do it? Sure. But realistically, I look at Divine Veil like that. It's like when Axie or Avi say, I need Divine Veil here to help with this, that's when I know, okay, that's where I need to use that. If that comparison works. But
So, and that's the thing, like, I will only ever call it when it is very vital, but it doesn't change the fact that it can be used where it's not super vital and it would just help with healing overall. But I have, and granted, and part of this is on me because when we started this raid tier, I was more worried about you getting things down, things that were actually super hypercritical. So making sure that you're not getting Zad killed. Because you didn't invoke at the right time, or making sure like Iron Wool was up, like that kind of stuff. Could I have yelled at you for Divine Veil in every single fight we were in? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I didn't want to overwhelm you at the start. So that is partially on me.
But if we do go back and not putting more or anything or less on any one person, but I did say, like, fucking yell at me. Tell them, like, don't be like, you're a fucking idiot, blah, 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 why didn't you do this? But like, hey, Divine Veil here. Or, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, obviously you can't look at my buttons and see that I'm not, you know, it's off cooldown or whatever.
No, but I can see the fucking shield.
Conceptually being like, hey, you've only used it once.
But like, again, it's one of those things, like, for 5 and 6, I didn't want to overwhelm you. And by the time we got into 7, like, I had sorted out healing with Axie that it wasn't really an issue. So again, it is on me. I could have yelled at you more for it, sure. But at the same time, it's also one of those things where I didn't necessarily think about it myself because I was more worried about doing my own thing. So in which case then, like, yeah, also, if you really want to experiment with Holy Sheltron, it takes 9 GCDs to get 50 gauge, give or take. So if you know that you were 9 GCDs out from a tank buster, probably don't use Intervention or Holy Sheltron. But if you were more than 9 GCDs out from a tank buster, and again, this is knowing the fight very well, like the back of your hand, then you can use it. But that comes into the experimenting part.
So,
You mean art damage or the dino damage?
yeah.
I don't know. There's not like there's really not, like, you're at the point now where, like, you're a good enough player that you really just need the experience and being in the environment and, like, starting to think about these things a little bit more versus me telling you to start thinking about them a little bit more.
That's
If
the
you
funny
throw-
thing. I feel like I know that. Like, I feel like I know that I'm at that stage. I'm at less of a, all right, Sky, this is how you do your rotation, and this is how you do that. Like, it's more of a, okay, you've graduated from school, now go apply things. Like, I know I'm at that stage. It's just knowing anything more than the basics, knowing anything, like all these intricacies and these little things, nuancey times to use this or that, and I know that does come with experience, but I also know that, like I said, like, I never would have thought to use intervention on somebody coming up. So, like, these are things that just never would pass through my head if somebody didn't say it to me. But, and that's not on any, like,
Well, it's
you
also one of
shouldn't
those
have
things
to.
too
I'm
where,
not saying,
like,
that's your job.
for me, actually, I should make you watch our DSR prog. That way you can see what I do. That way you can get a grasp of like what kind of a high level paladin-esque play should look like. But it's I'm trying to think.
Another big thing too is like, at least weighing on my mind or in the back of my head, is like the changes that will potentially
The changes that are
or not
coming
even
in
potentially,
6.3,
are
yeah.
coming for Paladin. Like, how is that going to change everything or anything for me?
That's the thing is,
Yeah.
Right now,
yeah.
you don't know.
They mentioned
So,
they're getting rid of
don't
the
worry.
dot from. So I can guarantee you that Paladin's Requiescat into Confiteor combo, that is probably not changing whatsoever. That part I will bet you $10 that is not changing, because that is
That's
going to
probably
be
their
that's going to be
2-minute
either their
burst.
2-minute burst or something along their lines. Like, that is not changing. The big thing that's going to change is losing the dot. Your only dot is going to be Circle of Scorn. So I'm curious if they're going to do something along the lines of where your Gunbreaker dots are on a minute cooldown. I wonder if Circle of Scorn is going to be on a minute cooldown, and Expasion is going to be very similar to Blasting Zone.
But now, with that said, though, like, doesn't whatever the last thing?
Blade of Valor, that will no longer play its dot. It will no
That's
longer
the
apply its
dot,
dot.
though.
They are compensating its damage
So
to be higher.
I knew they got. I was gonna say I knew they got rid of Goring Blade's dot, but I didn't know they got rid
Blade
of
of Valor's
Blade
dot is going
Valor's dot
bye-bye.
as well.
Goring Blade's dot is going bye-bye. So that then becomes the question of, is Goring Blade itself going away completely, and your only 1-2-3 combo is going to be Royal Authority into Atonement? I don't know, because they did mention something that something is going to proc Holy Spirit or something or other. That's what they mentioned. So you're gonna have some proc going on, and I'm not sure if that's going to be caused by Goring Blade if they're keeping it, or if that's going to be caused by Royal Authority going into your Atonements, and maybe Atonements have a chance to proc it. I'm not sure, obviously, because we just don't know. Yeah.
Or being like a
Correct.
continuation type
And
thing
it very
where
well
it's like
could be like a continuation
hitting-
thing. I'm
hitting
not
an atonement,
not super. We're not real sure on that right now. So, but I can guarantee you that Requiescat, Holy Spirit, Circle, Confiteor, that is all. That whole 30-second burst right there is staying completely the same. Your cooldowns are going to be staying completely the same. Again, hope they merge Intervention into Holy Sheltron. Maybe not, but you will obviously get the addition of Bulwark, which will be effectively your camouflage from Gunbreaker. So, all of that'll stay the same. You should none of your defensive playstyle with Paladin should change at all. That should all stay the same. The only thing that is changing is the offensive. I'm not quite sure if Passage of Arms is going to have the directional requirement to it. And I don't know if they're changing Divine Veil, but your basic Tank Buster cooldowns are going to stay completely the same. Are the raid-wide CDs changing? I'm not sure about that.
which is just
Rampart,
Holy Sheltron,
Sentinel,
and then,
Holy Sheltron, as well as the addition of Bulwark.
I guess I don't.
You don't know.
remember
You
Bulwark.
were.
I don't
You
know if I was
were.
playing.
That's been gone for a long time.
Bulwark was
Yeah.
that was the crit one, right?
Bulwark was the one that increased its Paladin's block rate to 100%.
Oh, parry, yeah.
Block, yeah.
Or well, not parry, but block, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe they
battle.
got rid of Bulwark in Heaven's Word when they homogenized the tank cooldowns a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's basically Holy Sheltron without.
Oh, we don't know
heal?
because they're changing it. That's what it
That's
was
what it was.
previously.
And then they changed basically
They did
Bulwark
mention
into.
that buffs.
Oh, shit, what was it
that
before
buffs that are
Holy
hard to
Sheltron?
use compared to the other tanks will be adjusted as well. That leads me to believe that they are going to change Divine Veil and Passage of Arms.
Well, I definitely did hear about the directional passage of arms thing, from being butt wings to being like just
It actually says at the
AoE
bottom, they
centric.
do talk about Passage of Arms, look like it's not going to be
But-
anymore to make it easier to use, which makes sense.
Right, but I didn't
Right,
necessarily
but
see
for Holy
anything about
Sheltron, they're
Divine
just
Veil.
buffing it. They're not like
At least specifically.
Divine Veil, hopefully, won't be something that needs to be popped.
because
just-
with Holy Sheltron right now,
It's just a shield that goes out. Fucking hoping.
They're probably gonna buff either the Knight's Resolve part of it, or they're probably gonna increase the duration of Knight's Resolve. That would be my guess, because Holy Sheltron already reduces the damage taken, so it's a super fucking short timer. So you have to be really cognizant about when to use it.
I don't know. But anyways, I'd like to become better. I just don't know how to
Honest
become better.
experience. It really
You-
just boils down to experience. And like, if you think about something like, and you want to ask me about it, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Or no, you probably don't want to do that. But like, again,
I know. I feel like I do, and a lot of times my thoughts are quote unquote like, I don't want to
There
say
are
dumb
no dumb
thoughts, but you know what I mean. They're like, yeah, you don't want to do that.
I take up all the dumb thoughts.
it's one of those things where like,
Oh,
honestly, like, I could say, like, go into Barbaricia Extreme and Party Finder on your Paladin and see where you can do better. Like, because I can guarantee you people will take Vuln stacks in Barbaricia Extreme. So you could be like, oh yeah, this healer has fucking 4 Vuln stacks and her punchy thing is coming up. Maybe I should intervention the healer. Like, shit like that. So,
Mhm.
I don't know. I really can't, like, tell you.
There's no cut and dry.
Yeah, and like,
This is
and
how
I
you
can't
get
even say,
better.
because like you would run into this issue on Gunbreaker too. It's like, okay, if I'm on Gunbreaker, should I be using Aurora, like, or should I use Heart of Corundrum on my co-tank, or should I put an Aurora on a healer or a DPS that's just been rezzed? Like, you'll come into these kinds of questions on Gunbreaker as well. The difference is you don't have to worry about the gauge part of it. Bye, Zed. So, and I think probably what's tripping you up the most right now is having to think about the gauge aspect, when really the gauge aspect is the most non-important part about it, in my personal opinion, because it's either you have gauge or you don't. And if you don't, then you adjust for next time.
Yes. So far, I've seen one thing.
yeah, possibly. I mean, I just know that sometimes.
I mean, think of it like this way, like, you accidentally fat-fingered arm's length and now you don't have it up for when you need it. What do? You go closer to the boss and you take the knockback and hope you don't die. Like, you either have Holy Sheltron and intervention or you don't. I don't know, like, I really don't have a better way to explain it.
Yeah.
And like, I know you want to do better because I know you, because you're like me, or I'm like you because you're older. Like, we want to be as good as we can possibly be, and it's just, for this game, like, it will take time because this game has a lot more of the little nuancy things than WoW does. So I didn't.
Well, she called
we're,
you old.
We're all old, but I am definitely the youngest. Well, he is
Yeah,
old.
but she called you old.
I am. I think I'm.
I think
the
you and
oldest?
Zad are tied.
Yeah.
Like, both you and Zad are up there. I might be wrong. You might be older than Zad, but you guys actually, I know Aru's up there too.
I think.
Yeah,
I think
like,
it's
you
a
three are
tie between you
definitely
three.
the elders of the group, if you will. And I'm the youngest somehow still. I still can't. have a hard time wrapping my head around that because I've been the youngest in my raid group for ever since I was like 4. Not that I've been raiding since I was 4, but you know, you get the gist. I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, like in WoW, like yeah, you don't have to think about a lot of these things, and obviously, like in WoW, a lot of the responsibility of the group does not necessarily fall on the tanks per se. Like yeah, you have things like commanding shout, anti-magic barrier, and demoralizing shout, and all that jazz, but like you don't really have things like,
Right.
I mean, unless you're a paladin tank, of course, but like you don't really have things like, yes, I can throw an Aurora on this DPS that just died and stood back up, or yes, I can Heart of Corundra my co-tank so that way the tank buster doesn't punch them in the face as hard. Like you don't really have that line of thinking in WoW. And I will say,
Right. Yeah.
right, because like
they
they can bot, they can sacrifice, they can lay on
whatever else.
hands, like wad, like or wog, yeah, like they can do a lot more things than the majority of the other tanks in WoW can. And like if this was Heaven's Ward or even Stormblood to an extent, like you wouldn't have to worry about this stuff per se, because like in Heaven's Ward, the only tank that could do anything for the party was Paladin. Dark Knight didn't have a TBN or an Oblation. Warrior didn't fucking have a Nascent Flash or any of that jazz. Gunbreaker obviously didn't exist, so like Paladin was the only tank. And back then, you didn't have a gauge. It was tied to a cooldown. So like even then it was a little bit easier to use. Actually, that's not true. Sheltron existed, but Sheltron was the only thing on gauge. Intervention was on a cooldown, I believe, and Cover was on a cooldown. And Cover was a lot more broken back in those days.
Why
Because
can't we go back to
that's
that?
not how they want you to play.
Yes. Cover is probably one of the most
Was.
busted OP
It
skills.
is no longer.
It was, excuse me. thank
Cover
you, yeah,
was stupid.
because
fucking
you could
broken.
basically cover.
Cover, like,
Ugh.
you could do cover, hallowed ground, mitigate stupid tank mechanics and not have to worry about them. Like, cover was hella broken. And even then, back in the day, cover used to also give you and your buddy that you were covering a defensive buff. So, anyways, the reason they changed that is because they wanted to go away from things being so restricted to cooldowns to more things being restricted based off of how you play, which is why gauges became a thing, more of a thing, I should say. You can actually really blame warriors for this, because warriors were the gauge class in Heaven's Ward because of things like Fellcleave. So yeah, you can actually blame warriors for all your problems. So don't play a warrior, I guess. I don't know. Even though warrior is probably the easiest Unga Bunga. You can blame me. I played a warrior back in Heaven's Ward.
I played a paladin.
But it's just how the game has evolved over time. So they've really created this sense of like party members can contribute more than just what they do per se. So like as a tank, you can contribute more to the party than just being a tank. Like you can help out the party, obviously, with things like Reprisal, Divine Veil, Butt Wings, Heart of Light, Missionary, Shake It Off, Heart of Stone, Archondrum, Intervention. Dark Knights have it bad because they have both TBN and Oblation. So yeah, because you can TBN and Oblation your co-tank, which was actually a really fun thing that Zad and I had to figure out how to work. Because he figured out that he could Oblation himself early enough before a tank buster for it to hit the tank buster on him, and then for me to Vogue, and for him to have enough time to Oblation myself during DSR. So like it's like little things, like just trying stuff out. And like we've had like, you know, sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. We definitely had an issue. I don't even want to say it was an issue. We had a thing in DSR where like I was trying to wings in this one place and it wasn't the greatest spot for it, so we ended up having to change where my wings placement was because it just wasn't a great spot for it. So Actually, yeah, let me pull that video for you. Well, one of them anyway.
Yeah, the knights don't seem nearly as bad.
If I can find it. It's been a while.
No. It gives you resistance to like element type.
It's been a while
So like
since I
it's too hot if you have high fortitude. It's not as hot.
hold my head up high. But that's like, this is also one of those reasons why swapping to Gunbreaker also feels like a bad idea. Because, like, I know Paladin well enough to be able to start doing these nuancy things and trying things out. But if I swap to Gunbreaker, then it's basically back to learning the basics. Wow. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's almost, I don't want to say disheartening to switch, but in a way, disheartening to switch. And I know that's my choice. It's not like I'm being forced into it. It's just one of those things where it's like, I'm excited to try Gunbreaker and do that. But at the same time, I also want to be able to get better at what I already play.
I switch to Scholar periodically. It's just something like, it just, you're really just gonna have to jump in and just do it, because if you're always having these doubts, you're gonna stay at this plateau for a while. Switching to Scholar every once in a while, I see where, like, I'm like, shit, if I was playing Sage, I could have done this here, and then when I get to it, I'm like, huh, I could actually do this, and it still wouldn't mess up my rotation of other stuff. And sometimes when you're on, if you do go on Gunbreaker, you can say, oh man, I wish I could throw Holy Sheltron right here at this person, or Intervention. And it's just one of those things where sometimes you do need to realize it on a different class.
That works.
That's that you actually see it and recognize, wow, maybe I should use this here. And then you bring that in as your Paladin, and then you try it. And if it doesn't work, oh well, what did you lose? Nothing.
Trying to see where's a good video. It's not super long of us doing DSR, preferably phase 2 stuff.
But it doesn't say who's why something.
Filthy Rats clear phase 1.
I think that's a pretty good one. I'm not entirely sure, but
Yeah.
because I don't want to go through all of my DSR prog bids, so.
It's too.
Hi, Chunky Man. Meow meow. Alrighty, friends, I'm gonna turn the stream off for the night.
Okay, but it's 10:30.
Night night, Jordan.
I need to go to sleep. Even though tomorrow we're going to be staying up later.
I know. Well, at least you don't have first rate, so you could probably take a nap if you wanted to.
If I take a nap, it'll be
Fair enough.
waking up tomorrow morning.
Night night.
All right,
And
night,
good
guys.
night stream. We'll see you manana.
Hi, Jordan.